careful. I'm just gonna just hold your wrists and your ankles down. You can tap out the safe word is Neverwinter, but it's just a little bit of a fun thing.
I'm really sad the butthole collapsed. Never good when the butthole collapses.
Do they have little chaps on?
No, they are not. You get the squirrel now. They have little chaps
I
on.
don't even know if they have asses.
Probably fuck of some kind.
Asses are relative.
Your magical physiologies professor could tell you.
We will ask.
Here?
Do pests have butts?
Yeah, but where does the poop come from?
I mean, it's got a something. Does it have enough of a cheek for it to be considered an ass?
The cheek makes the ass.
I don't have an answer. I mean, you could dissect one, I guess.
Perhaps they're not all cheeked up on a Tuesday.
Oh gosh, this little dude is Volo, and he wants to talk to you. You got some time?
Hi, Bolo. You need some dicks?
Like, I'm really ready for a meet cute with a romanticore. I feel like I've earned it.
Oh boy. Ranza will kind of lean over to Dee Dee and say, we have a group of manticores up ahead.
Oh yeah, I think the ranger wants to fuck one of them.
Not one. I mean, not anyone. Not specific one.
Not one, all of them. Got it.
I'm effing. Piranha starts swaying, getting into it, just sort of
Twerking.
swaying with the music too.
Twerking.
Gently twerking, like not like hardcore twerking, not like trying to earn some extra platinum twerking, but
Gently
like
twerking.
just gentle twerking, just sort of like I'm feeling your vibe twerking.
Oh my god.
I can take them if I can be potion bitch.
Yeah. I feel like you kind of needed the potions the most so far. So yeah, that's a good idea.
Cause it's my fault if they don't finish.
It's always your fault. Everything is your fault.
It's always the man's fault if women don't finish that.
She has a point.
She does have a point. I'm not gonna fight that one because there's no way for me to win that one.
Nope,
You're a little bit outnumbered.
So in a flash of teleportation light, and there is no twerking unless you want there to be.
I'm twerking. Don't tell me I
Okay.
can't twerk. I'm just gonna twerk if she wants to.
You can leave your cares behind because if your
Is
friends don't twerk.
there like Doctor Who noises as she twerks through the universe?
Jesus.
Hey,
That's funny.
at least you don't
That's
hear the
hilarious.
sucking sound of the dark between the stars.
Oh my god, no.
I am glad you made it out of that without mentioning the sucking sound of the dark between the stars.
And occasionally creates a sucking whisper. What is it? Milky voice whispers? I don't remember.
You made it worse.
How did you make it worse? Because I said moist. That made it worse.
And milky. Let's not overlook milky, please.
I think, is it milky actually in there?
They
Because I
are
just
milky
made
white
it.
tentacles. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, thank you. Rather you didn't.
Lots of D words.
All the
Dazzling
words.
Dee Dee.
Dazzling
Oh,
Dee Dee.
dear God.
That's her Vegas name.
Dump truck Dee Dee.
She got that dump truck.
She got that dumpy.
Yep.
She got it thick for a goblin.
You actually managed to convince the captain of this boat, Lord Dryland, to engage in some BDSM with your party.
Hoes make the world go round, baby. Oh.
Oh my god.
Right, but is Melitus? You're in the city of Melitus, right?
Sure.
Sure, whatever you say, DM.
Yeah. I don't want people to go back and look and be like correcting me. Hello, everyone. Let me get some music going here. Let's try noir procedural. How's it? And of course, my camera kicked out. Hi, everybody. Why don't you go around, introduce yourselves while I fight this stupid problem? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can hear.
All right. Mike, you start, because you're silly.
Yes, looks aren't everything. So I play Ash Dampier, Techno Bushido of the New Hampshire Techno Bushidos. We're a genius who will save every problem that humanity faces, if only he can get out of his own way. Currently serving as a vigilante for hire to help people in the Vancouver Underground as a car wizard.
Excellent. All right, Desiree.
That's my sweet
Baroque,
ride
please.
down there.
I'm Desiree Baroque. You may know me from various social scenes. However, currently I am doing a far more give back to community feature where communities that pay us can use my skills to help them better themselves.
That doesn't sound like giving back to the community. It sounds like taking from the community.
You know,
Potato, potato.
if you're gonna slice hairs, call yourself a hairdresser.
She puts the action back in transactional mentality.
Oh, God. All right, Tim, Sunshine. Who are you and who you're playing?
My name's Tim. I'm playing Sunshine, the Werebeast. What specific kind of beast we haven't figured out yet.
Or it hasn't been revealed.
It has not been revealed, but I'm looking forward to perhaps that coming up this episode.
Excellent. And now that my camera is fixed, my name is Seth. I run CovenMTG, and this is our second shot. No, Gwendolyn, there is no D2020 tonight. Or maybe there is. We'll figure out something to do with it. So...
That's the interview show, though, right?
Yeah. Well, so if you remember, I forget what gaming company it is, put this out during the pandemic. It is literally a D2020. And we have implemented a manner in which viewers can pay to have it rolled during our D&D or our Magic games, and something awful happens, like meth gators. Everybody gets a 3/3 alligator token. Donald Trump is World War III. Or, sorry, Donald Trump is everything dies. World War III is everything's exiled. So, anyway, we'll figure it out. Gwendolyn, if you want to roll the thing, feel free to roll it. Give us a few minutes to get everything going. So, the other thing I will add is that I did the thing you're never supposed to do, and I updated OBS directly before starting the stream, and my camera capture application doesn't work apparently with this new version of OBS. So I emergency went and found a different one that actually does work, and let's see if it actually works through the whole stream. Who knows? So that's what's going on there. Oh, and it's also fucking 92 degrees in the shade here in the DC metro area. Just thought I'd share that little tidbit. Yeah. Tim, where are you? You don't have to share if you don't want to.
I'm in Brooklyn, New York.
So it's pretty fucking hot there too.
It's also pretty hot here too. Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about what happened last time. We're gonna do the last time on. It's basically, Tim, you said it's basically like a recap of what happened last time on. So
yeah,
let's go around in the circle. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you go first?
So, sure. Yeah. So for me, visiting Jasper Blue's Mortuary and Strip Club and getting to hang out with the ghost dad sort of like innovator of like take two things and squish them together. I thought that was just a delightful thing.
All right. And we'll just keep adding to that. Desiree, what do you remember most from last time?
Well, we've been assured that our poor, dear, sweet, dead Shelley, who's very sexy, will not be molested by either of the dead dad's sons. So, you know, that's always positive.
Just to
But
be
there
clear,
have been
Shelley
some
is not
break-ins.
dead, right?
Not yet.
Shelley's the one who hired you, right?
She's our client, correct, yes.
Okay.
Everyone dies someday except for me because I'm immortal.
All right. Mike, Ash. It's not going to work.
Well,
go ahead.
We invented, through my stunning genius and improvisational skills, I yes-anded a camera that's able to capture whether or not a soul has left its body to discover the fate of these poor slugware people, and through my innovative genius and coolness under fire, my techno coupe, yes, is silent, was able to achieve hover mode and leap over a gang of bikers while Desiree mowed them down.
Okay.
What was the name of the was it like Vancouver Megacorp? VMC?
Yep. It was Megacorp International, but this is the
Megacorp
Vancouver
International.
branch. Yes.
Vancouver was
Okay.
a subsidiary of Megacorp International. It's a tax thing, of which I now know way too much.
We still getting calls about switching to MCI for all of our business needs?
It would be funny if the big bads were. This is a real organization. The Fraser River is what runs through Vancouver, and the subway system is called the Fraser Area Rapid Transit. Yes, it is the FART.
Oh my
The
god.
FART Corporation could be the ones doing this.
Hardcore.
Can't
I
rule
love
out
it.
Mark.
I am still trying to get a camera, so what else do we remember?
So the
let's-
graves are empty.
Yep.
We believe they're empty from, the reason they can't contact their ancestors because the graves are empty once they're, before they're buried. So empty
Right,
coffins
or-
going in. Kind of alarmed at what's happening to the bodies. That is, naturally, when your mortuary is attached to a strip club, you assume perverts.
Natural. But right now, it seems like they might be building a little bit of a zombie mercenary organization as well.
That is a type of pervert.
And what did Miss Cleo have to say about that?
Well, she was lovely as always, and frankly, she said it's very bad. Zombies are bad news.
All right, and why did you call Miss Cleo?
Well, she's a dear friend. Of course I would call her, but she's also an expert in contacting the dead and was able to give us invaluable insight on why why the Darlingware slugs are not able to contact their beloved passed on.
All right. And I think I've got a camera again, so this thing's off to the side and it's set up to come in sideways, but whatever the fuck.
You're bouncing
seem
around
to
like
be-
the DVD logo.
Yeah,
I
it's,
mean-
I remember what DVDs did.
that's about as 90s as it gets. You
Exactly.
just bounce yourself around the screen.
Star Wipe.
And now I've got to add. Well, you guys get to see how the sausage is made, literally. So I added a camera. Now I'm going to right-click on it. I'm going to add a filter. I'm going to add a chroma key.
I was on a conference call once. I was leading the conference call, and I had a team of partners that didn't really work very well together. They were mostly used to being competitors. And they were strange bedfellows, and I wanted to make sure that no one was keeping secrets because we're coming up with a solution that needed really full transparency. And I mixed my metaphors in the worst possible way. I said, we're going to open the kimono and show everybody how the sausage is made.
Oh my god.
And instantly I knew I had fucked up because I hear the first millisecond of a stifled laughter from 20 people and everyone going mute all at once. And then started getting messages on Teams being like, what the fuck did you say? So that's how the sausage is made, my friends.
I don't have
By mixing
words.
metaphors. I love it.
All right, I'm good. We are good now. We've gone around. Is there anything that you guys remember that we missed? I think you've hit everything. I'm looking at my notes here, and I think you got everything. So we left off last time with you all leaving Jasper Blues Strip Club and Mortuary and driving back to your abandoned carnival headquarters. What are you guys talking about in the car on the way back?
I mean, probably next steps are kind of the important thing, right? What are we going to do about what seems to be this zombie mercenary crew with Megacorp International, and how are we going to create a solution for our clients?
Is Shelly still with us?
No, you didn't take her with you to the strip club and mortuary.
Ah, right. Okay.
Unless you did. Does anybody remember differently?
I don't think so.
No, we did not. No.
You left her back
I'm,
at the
of course,
Dude Ranch for rich idiots.
I'm of course musing over whether this zombie army is done through so-called supernatural means, or whether they're using technology to reanimate the bodies. Because if so, I would really like to get some lessons learned. I'm having a lot of trouble with all these dead monkeys and my neuro chip, so I want to make sure that that we can reuse and get the best possible investment on my monkey trials.
Wow. Okay.
Well, I'm sure if they capture us and kill us, well, you, not me, that they would absolutely love to share their experiences with you. Probably when you're one of their zombie foot soldiers. There's probably like a whole orientation with a slide deck you can borrow.
Do any of you have contacts at Megacore? Or some way to get access to Megacore?
Well, let me dig through my little book of names, because as you know, I am quite the socialite. But please ask.
I've done some freelance. I've done some freelance work for Vancouver Megacore. It went mostly well. I've delivered my innovative solution. I received maybe not monetary payment, but I do feel being put onto the list of subcontractors never to work with again is a sign of pride, because it means I'm a maverick. It means I think outside the box. And more importantly, I have a card key that may or may not be deactivated. Never really checked it out.
So one of my edges is, yes, we've met. Can we leverage that?
Well, there's no one we're meeting right now, but I submit to you that if you run into somebody, I don't know, if you try to break into Megacore, you would absolutely be able to use that.
Seems right.
Obviously, we should go try to break into Megacore.
Which facility? There's like 30 of them.
The really big shiny one downtown.
That seems to be their headquarters. There's Megacore Aerospace, there's Megacore Automotive, there's Megacore Pharmaceuticals, there's...
Ash is not allowed near the Megacore, the automotive department. That last cease and desist was very clear.
All right.
I am a man of science. I would probably suggest the pharmaceutical or biomedical would be where you really can't use bodies to drive a car yet. That's my job. But I'm pretty sure that you could use them for these biopsych type work that lesser minds do.
Okay.
All right, and then the biomedical it is.
Well, all right. So
sounds good to me.
It's like 7 or 8 o'clock. You guys have been running around all day. Do you want to do this tonight, or do you want to wait a day? I mean, you can just do it tonight. That's fine. I'm just throwing out there whatever you guys want to do.
Well, moonlight is my most flattering, so tonight is my preference.
I can just push an IV of caffeine and ketamine and be ready to go all night long.
Or you could, take a nap and leave at midnight. Either way.
I like that second choice there.
I do have to share with you that this margarita is perfect today.
Are there jalapenos in it?
No, Kelly likes the jalapenos. I do not.
Also, serranos are the clutch pepper for going into margaritas.
Oh,
I made one with habaneros the other day, and it was as delicious as it was painful.
That's why I don't like them. So, I want my spicy in my food, not my drink. That said, are you going straight to the downtown, or are you going to take some time off? What are you doing? It depends on what time. I need to know what time you're going to get there.
You want to do a midnight run?
If we do a midnight run, there will be less people for us to run into. So if we're looking to grift our way in, that might be a problem. If we're looking to sneak our way in, that may be advantageous. So what do our sneak stats look like?
Not good.
I am
much better.
Because your car's made of freaking chrome.
All right. I don't mean to brag, but I've been associated with the street for a while, and I am pretty decent about getting around in unseen fashion.
All right then, Sunshine. Shall we show up at midnight?
Let's do it.
Go home. Clean
Why
all
not
the strip club off
juxtapose my
of us.
name against the the darkness? It's great.
Okay. You finished driving back to... did we ever name your carnival? Just the abandoned carnival?
It's just this. The
Paid
abandoned
for.
carnival. It's the only one in town.
Right. Paid for by the Ringling Brothers for some reason because you know them.
Defaulted on by the Ringling Brothers because I know them.
Ah, understood. Okay. There is someone waiting for you, just lounging around out front. A thin, dark-haired figure wearing a long, black, shiny trench coat.
Does he look like a debt collector? Because that bill is in dispute.
As you get closer, you realize it is a woman, and she is wearing high-heeled combat boots and black plastic raincoat. Are you getting out of the
Does
car
she look
and
like
going
a
to talk to her?
contract officer? Because then I don't know her.
Sunshine, give me that super sense thing you have. Difficulty 4.
Selling about smelling souls.
Yep, or about smelling something out of the ordinary, right?
I mean, yeah, I've got a danger sense thing.
It's tickling you, but it's not going off.
Okay, like the other thing is, as classic immortals do, Desiree would also have like a specific kind of thing that automatically goes off too.
Yes, this
yes,
person is
mine's
not
related
human.
to like debt collectors and tax officers now.
Oh, this is the custom edge. Like anybody who you might owe money.
Yep.
Well,
So-
it's really hard to kill me. It is very easy to put me in poverty now, which is so much worse.
Legit.
Your danger sense, Desiree, is telling you that it is either a debt collector or supernatural.
Ash, dear, maybe circle the block once and.
All right,
Come
look,
up from
I'll get
behind.
out. I'll get out. I'll go check this out.
All right. She's literally standing right at the foot of the big abandoned carnival wheel, Ferris wheel, and she's obviously watching you guys drive up and then hesitate, and then somebody get out, and then the other two of you drive around the block.
Amazing.
Tell me what you're doing. Are you just walking right up to her, or are you gonna?
Yeah, I'm
yell
gonna
from-
stride straight forward. I don't have any sort of subtlety about this.
Okay. As you get closer, she says, "Hello, you're the Sunshine one, yes?"
Yeah.
Vanessa Duchamp, and she holds out her hand.
Vanessa. I will totally shake it.
So I have nothing but goodwill toward you all. However, I am here to deliver a message, and that is, don't go near Megacore.
That's a surprisingly specific message.
It is. As you can imagine, my employer's, well, I'm a contractor, but I've received a not insignificant amount of money to come here and tell you specifically that.
Have we pulled up around the block now?
You guys can be wherever you want to be while this conversation's going on. You can have come around already, you can be watching from a distance, you could be approaching. Tell me what you want to do.
Let's approach on this one, because I would like to ask which megacore. You know, there's so many subsidiaries and locations. They're all over town. You're going to have to be much more specific about what come near means.
Any Megacore
Since I have...
facilities. Did you want to do something before that question is asked?
Yeah, so since I have the ambit when your sweet ride is hogging attention, moreover, since I have the ambit helping someone in the family, and Sunshine is begrudgingly family, insofar as I have not implanted a neural chip in him yet, I'm thinking if I pull up in a particularly cool-ass way, leaving flaming tire tracks as I just kind of skid my way right in front of her, and the dazzle of my stealth bomber material that has been chromed out blinds her with the beauty of the Techno Coupe. The S is silent. Maybe that will allow it to act similar to a truth serum, that she is so bedazzled by my technological anesthetic genius that she can do nothing else but answer questions truthfully about the nature of the corporation that's cruelly put me on their do not suspect list.
Wait, how did you say
and
the
that
car
might assist
approached?
my family and Desiree.
How did you say the car approached?
Just a real, just driving up real fast, then just a real sick kick out the rear tires. Leaves flaming fiery tracks behind it. Not because of the burning rubber, because I'm leaking various oils and things that I shouldn't be. And then.
All right, so I'm okay with that. I think that's a great idea. Sunshine, her fangs sprout, she hisses, and she jumps like 15 feet back as she sees the flames.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's now looking at
ride
you.
Was sick.
She is now looking at the car very specifically, waiting to see if it's going to do any more fire shit.
Sorry about that. His car is super busted. I'm going to say this before Ash gets out.
Yeah, apparently.
And then just to undermine you, I'm going to hop out and say, did you fucking see that? It also has... Those around it.
Busted.
Bought it on clearance from a South African auto security company.
She is looking at you very, very askance. Desiree, have I seen you before? Right?
Darling, have we met? You look familiar, at least those shoes do. Perhaps about 2 years ago?
I think it was closer to 100 or so. There was not much built around here, and you were running some sort of fur trading operation, right?
I mean, call prostitution what you want to call it, darling. I'm not...
You were that... That's right. Okay.
I was a silent partner in that, yes.
No, too bad. She looks you up and down. She's like, you could have worked there.
If you're going to bring these hostilities to my doorstep, state your business.
I'm just here to deliver a message. And the message is stay away from Megacore.
Yes, but if we didn't...
If you didn't, I suspect that they would probably, I don't know, shoot you? Send other people after you? I'm not the heavy. I'm just here to deliver a message.
Yes, but what if you weren't? What if you wanted to help us?
How much money's in it for me?
Well, why don't you come inside for a drink and we can discuss that?
Absolutely. You're O positive? She sniffs at your neck.
Oh, is this
Oh,
me?
we have met before.
She's sniffing at Desiree.
At Desiree?
Yeah.
Can I interest you perhaps in some very recent vintage howler monkey blood? It's a true delicacy, I've heard, among your people.
Oh,
Ash,
God.
why
what's
must you
wrong with
undo
you?
all my hard work?
Grandeur.
Yeah, take some grandeur.
Well, it's not like they're doing anything. They're just twitching in pain.
She just shakes her head. She's like, please, stop turning my stomach. Please.
Excuse him, darling. I don't know what's wrong with him.
I do. He's a cad.
That in and of itself isn't a problem. It's the monkey thing and the...
Yeah. And a couple other things.
Is she flirting? Is she flirting with me? Can I discern that?
You do not need to roll in any way. She is disgusted by you. Yeah, the holler monkey thing kind of turned her off. Do any of
I
you
also have
any
proboscis monkeys.
Do any of you have any background
I can
vampires?
make you a cappuccino.
I've been around for like several hundred years. I'm sure I've worked with vampires in various ways.
And being high society, you would know. Like, you basically offered this person like a bag of rancid food. Like that's what Ash has done.
Yeah, I've got at least one vampire buddy. So yeah, I have some background with vampires too.
Ash, darling, weren't you gonna have your 9 p.m. ketamine cocktail right now and maybe go be quiet?
Fine, I'll drink the monkey blood. I'll have a ketamine cappuccino.
I don't think they're called cappuccino monkeys anymore. I think we had to rename them.
God. All right. So after as
Did
this
we
is all
get
happening,
the visitor's name? Or are we just sitting here like...
Vanessa.
Yeah, it's Vanessa Duchamp.
Yes,
Yep.
that's right. Thank you, Vanessa. Vanessa, darling. Well, Ash goes off to his own place. Why don't you come talk with Sunshine and I? We have better manners, I promise.
I see that. I'd be delighted to have a chat with you. I'm assuming you take her inside and you have a seat around the table.
Around the table or on some nice couches.
Some nice abandoned carnival couches.
I mean, yeah,
I think we've redecorated a little bit.
we
Okay.
brought some furniture in.
All right. Good to know.
Desiree did keep the funhouse mirrors, though.
And the tiger skin rugs, yes.
All right.
They
She
were
sits
locally
down.
sourced.
She sits down and asks you, so what is it you would like to hire me for?
Well, we have a client. Lovely girl, lovely family, really just delightful. They've been here a very long time. Who have a problem that it appears Megcore is behind, and we would just like to know a little bit more about what might be going on there, or how to find out more about what's going on there. Because once again, just lovely client. We would hate to not have an answer for them.
Well, I mean, I could give you my contact who hired me, but of course, they would be absolutely prepared for you looking for them, because, I'm not exactly the most trustworthy person, but I do deliver messages pretty cheaply.
I mean...
And he's a heavy.
What other work have you done for Megacore?
I don't work for Megacore. I work for I'm an independent contractor. I work for myself.
Have you ever contracted with them before?
Sure, I've given many warnings to stay away from Megacore. And she's chuckling as she says it. I mean,
And
look, when a
Do you
vampire
meet
shows up
with
and tells
them
you
at
not
their
to do
offices?
something,
Do they come to you?
no, they just call me. She holds up like one of those huge ass old cell phones. I mean, generally when I show up and tell someone to stay away from something, they normally do. Like, it's mostly mortals. I mean, I get that you guys are different, but, I'm still a vampire showing up and telling you not to do something. Make of that what you will.
Yeah,
Darling,
I mean, that's
if I made out with every
legit.
vampire that told me not to do something, well, I certainly wouldn't be living in a carnival full of dead monkeys.
Grandeur.
I think this is the exact point at which I stumble into the room, wanked out on ketamine and caffeine, holding a bulb of some plant in my hand, saying, finally, I have upstaged those frauds. I have actually blended the DNA of an African elephant, and I have made real elephant garlic, unlike that lie you see at the grocery store. Come take a look at my genius. I'm waving it around, not menacingly, but just a little bit dangerously, considering that there is a vampire in the room.
And she's literally looking at you completely nonplussed. She's like, "Oh, does it taste good?"
It depends. Do you like elephants?
No, I don't. I mean, is it lined with silver? She takes it out of your hand, takes a bite. She's like, "Oh, wow, it is pungent," and hands it back to you.
Ah, perfect. I'm gonna go make a curry, and then I stumble out of the room. No malice. I'm just, doing my thing.
He is a fool, isn't he?
He is certain something.
He has so many plans and none of them good.
My dear, could I trouble you for just a quick sip to get this taste out of my mouth?
Yeah. We're all familiar with this game.
And she takes her arm and very gently just has a nice little sip, and when you see her washing the garlic taste out of her mouth, just, thank you, I appreciate that.
The first one's free, but the second one's on you if you're going to keep eating stuff he hands you. It's just a terrible idea.
Yeah, that was probably ill-advised. Could have been stuffed with ketamine.
Fair enough.
It often is. Honestly surprised it wasn't this time.
I think she needs to roll discern against the elephant garlic.
Anyway, just so, do you want to buy some info from me? I'll happily sell it to you. Cheap. You're
Sure.
pretty good. All right.
What's your asking price?
20K. General, same for everybody. It's a little less for you. It's generally in the neighborhood of 20, 30,000.
In Canadian dollars?
Of course, Canadian dollars. What are we, American heathens?
Darling, when I first started on this continent, there was no dollar. There was no Canada. Currencies, they change very quickly. You know, it's very hard for me to keep up.
I mean, I suppose I could ask you for 16 ounces of gold.
Hold on, let me, Ash, darling, that necklace, give it back to me.
Being an amusement park, we actually do have a bunch of games of Monopoly if we need Canadian money. Here you go.
How about 8 ounces of gold and 20 carats of ruby?
Yeah, sure. Keeping in mind that I'm going to send you to someone who could probably crush you with their bare hands. Are you sure you wanted this information?
Unfortunately, our dear boy Sunshine here has quite the crush on the wereslug, so as a humanitarian, or weremanitarian, I do feel obligated to see this one through.
All right.
I'm giving grandeur specifically for weremanitarian.
Weremanitarian. I love it.
Yeah, it's pretty fantastic.
Let's see. Places and locations. I got to find a name for something where I'm about to send you. So let's try nightclub names.
It had better not be the Horny Toad again.
It is not. Oh, I love it.
Oh, is it that Chiaroscuro place? The guy who ran it was a real asshole.
No, she describes a very large, almost cliche-looking Italian man named Rocco. I don't know his last name. His name's Rocco, and he's a bouncer at the Vale.
How do you spell Vale in this instance?
Veil.
Oh shit! I love Colorado.
Okay, yeah, not that Vale.
You all recognize it as it is deep in the heart of the edgy nightclub district. Vampires are well known to frequent the entire several block area, and it is, if we're doing the 90s thing, it's all the clubs are like, the Blade dancing, blah blah blah. So it's everything that everybody who's not a goth thinks a goth club is.
Is Rocco a vampire as well then?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Is there anyone at this club who's not a vampire?
I mean,
not
most
that I have a
of
problem
the
with vampires.
patrons are human, right? Like, there would be no need for a vampire nightclub if we didn't want to, like, entice humans to come so we could have dinner.
Yeah, but there's also the concept of a country club, so let's not get into that. Business idea we'll talk about later. Thank you.
You're more than welcome.
If we don't die, or if they don't die, and I don't have some horrible rebirth, we should meet again sometime.
I'd love that. And with that, she dissolves into a fine black mist.
Love an exit.
Just at this point, I enter the room saying, "Aha! I've finally beaten the frauds at their game. I've infused silver into the cells of a fish. Unlike those people who call it a silver fish, this is an actual silverfish. My genius will be..." Wait, where did she go?
Ash, darling, do you have any of that delightful medicine that they give you for the ADHD?
Oh yes, it's time to take my meds. I'll be off. Poof! And I also, in my own mind, dissolve into a black mist. But in reality, I just take off all my clothes and slither into the next room like a snake.
All right.
Well, team.
Ketamine is a hell of a drug.
Costume change, I fear. We certainly cannot go to the club looking as you two do.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go borrow some of Ash's clothes, because if nothing else, he at least dresses okay, and I can get by with that.
He does have a selection of trench coats, yes.
Excellent.
Trench coats, velvet smoking jackets, utility kilts.
But I'm gonna inject most of his shirts, if not all of them, are missing the top buttons. So you have to. It has to be in a V with your chest hair spilling out.
Oh, I am pretty sure that I am enough bigger than Ash that like that's gonna happen anyway. So
Perfect.
probably actually I'm just not gonna wear a shirt with one of these jackets.
You are gonna be super goth.
I got
Show up in like
a
leather
mesh tank
pants,
top
no
you can
shirt.
use, yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Leather pants, no
great.
shirt, and a trench coat. There it is. I love
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
Perfect.
You really need a hat to pull off that outfit.
Some people need a hat to pull off that outfit.
or like a very thin headband.
Yeah. Wow.
All right. Is anybody trying to take weapons with them?
Well,
Or
I
is
never go
anybody
anywhere
planning
without
to take
using
Use
something.
guns.
Oh God. All right. Yes, you always have your rapier that fits in a purse.
Well, actually, today it is an accessory.
Okay. So the rapier's fit is it shrinks down and you're hanging it from your ear. Go ahead, Ash.
At the risk of sounding a little James Bond here, you remember those butane lighters that have the powerful jet? I've to light your cloves because you gotta. This is the '90s. The clove cigarette's got to be lit perfectly evenly, and so to that end, I've modified mine to be a de facto flamethrower. It's probably got, I don't know, 8 to 10 charges worth of World War II level airplane throwing in it.
But why does the boring company on the side?
Because it's not a very interesting company. It's run by a very obnoxious CEO who's a piece of shit. So instead, this one actually says the Drilling Company, which is of course one of my fronts for my massive research that will save the world. Genius.
You know what? As a meta moment, because
you.
no one was a vampire
Otherwise
last
you wrote it
week,
on.
I wore a dress with a cross on it. Because I was like,
love it.
cool, like, we have no vampires in our group, this will be fine.
So what you have learned, by the way, is that a lot of the things you know about vampires are not true in the darkest world here. What else might you know about vampires?
I mean, we
that
learned
aren't
that they
true?
can tolerate
Foreshadowing.
garlic.
Yep.
Well, I mean, they seem to be very very engaged with big corporations, which means they have no problem being stakeholders. And
can I take
they
Glander
tend to
away
have
from
a
him for
very
that?
different-
Yeah, if you're negative grandeur.
Negative grandeur. Done and done.
But we don't know. I mean, if assuming that Megacore is in bed with vampires, we have no knowing whether that motorcycle gang that accosted us last episode were vampires or not. But if they were, it means that sunlight might not be as big of an issue as we thought it was. We also know that they are able to take small amounts of blood and maintain some level of self-control, judging from what they did with Desiree. Although, honestly, knowing Desiree's love of Prosecco, I sincerely hope
to be
that
fair, my
vampires
blood is
will help
probably like 19% at this point.
All right. If you
So you have to
recall,
understand, her fourth husband bought her a wine cellar. There's a wine cellar on her house because her fourth husband. Every husband Desiree has married has put an addition onto her house.
yeah,
And
but
her
I thought
fourth gave
Megacore
her
stole the
wine cellar.
house.
We live in an abandoned carnival. What? That's just a warehouse.
To be fair, you all do remember that this happened at the graveyard in mid-afternoon. However, the people riding the motorcycles were wearing completely black helmets and long black flight suits. So none of their
So-
flesh was exposed to sunlight.
So Sunshine
Yeah,
and I
plausible.
both know vampires through our histories. So we should know, the various realities of vampires in this world, right?
For the most part, like, most things are
If
urban
your
legend.
name's Sunshine and your friend is a vampire, wouldn't that be like being a human being and having a friend named Genocide or COVID or AIDS or something like that?
Or
Like,
I don't know.
hi, I'm
maybe he's in the
Sunshine.
BDSM club.
I'm just gonna offer some more negative grandeur because that's wow.
I mean, no. If it's a thing that kills them and that's your name, like if someone came to me and be like, my name is Cancer.
My name is Knife.
I'd be like, that's kind of an.
Okay, canonically, Buffy the Vampire Slayer was sleeping with several vampires, so...
True.
Yep. Well, I'll tell you, for Sunshine
can't
and
kill a vampire.
for Sunshine and for Desiree, you know that most of the things the public believe are bullshit, right? I mean, Silver Bullet will probably kill them if it shoots them through the heart, right? Stakes are real. The crossing running water is complete bullshit. The garlic thing is complete bullshit. So really, the only thing that
varies
hurts
a little bit, but mostly bullshit.
Yeah.
Personally, I found the best way to destroy vampires is to divorce them.
All right.
Oh, so your third and fifth husband are now fair game in this game. Okay, got it.
And my third wife and my eighth wife. I mean, like, it's been a long couple centuries.
That's fair.
And the other thing you realize is that they do, Desiree in particular, that they do get significantly more powerful as they age.
Yes, that's a common theme.
Yeah, so are we on our way to the club?
If we're properly dressed, which means I need to find...
You need to find your cool goth sunglasses?
Yes, yeah.
There you
Looking for
go.
an excuse to pop these bad boys on.
I'm gonna take
Look
a meta
at
moment
you.
here to praise. Yeah, I'm gonna praise my friend Joey, who is definitely not watching this stream. Although your Kelly, Seth knows him. He and a friend of mine and I went to a goth club by accident one night, and we didn't know that it was the Halloween. Like there was a costume contest, and we had no like costumes or anything like that. And his quick thinking, he reached into his trunk, he pulled out the license plate to a car of his that had been totaled. For some reason, an orange traffic cone that he had found by the side of the road. He puts the traffic cone on his head. He puts we hook up like a little necklace thing. He puts the license plate around his chest. He goes in, and they're like, "What's your costume?" He goes, "I'm a 1995 Buick Skylark," and he won the costume contest. So Joey, your quick thinking was you're not watching this, and I'll send you the link at some point. But God bless you, man. You mad genius, you.
All right.
All right, I'm going to give Joey grandeur, which doesn't give us any grandeur.
Right.
Oh, he deserves it. He deserves it.
Yeah, good.
All right. So everyone is packing heat except for Sunshine. Maybe not so obvious in the case of Ash, or really Desiree. So, yeah, you jump in the car, and let me see if I can find some clubbing music. What 90s music is Ash playing in the car on the way to the goth club? I'm very curious.
I'm playing that remix of Confusion that was in the Blade movie. I forget what the actual remix was, but
New Order
you
Confusion.
know the one that I'm talking about.
I love it.
Yeah, it's like they go down, 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 down. That's that one.
All right, it's car chase goth industrial music. It's kind of funny. So you're driving into the city. You hear the sirens going off around you. You know it's downtown, gritty, dirty, and you're rolling on up to the Vale nightclub. And this being the universe that it is, you can pull up right outside and find parking.
Perfect.
Oh, this is a valet? Ugh.
They do have valet, strangely
I'm
enough.
just gonna pull and do I'm gonna do a sick burnout right to the valet.
Are there any
And
flames?
Not less than 2 millimeters. No flames, but
Okay.
less than 2 millimeters from the valet. the spinning rims, which have like Ben-Hur style gladiator blades. Again, look below me here. That's my sweet ride right there. Sweet ride. Less than a millimeter from their flesh. And I just look at them and I'm like, just kind of raise my shades and throw them the horns and hop out of the car and give them the keys.
All right.
Ash, dear, you are the reason we don't eat dinner.
You are.
Just kind of.
I'm gonna give him a very
Sunshine eating
generous
Cheez-Its?
tip.
Okay.
Go
Go ahead, Ash.
Nope. I'm giving him a generous tip. As I shake the man or woman's hand, I'm gonna hand them a bill which has Queen Elizabeth's face on it. I don't know whether or not that's a lot or a little in Canadian, Monopoly bucks, but they'll have it. They'll have a Queen Elizabeth, so they know that I mean business and I'm a high roller.
I'm gonna let Kelly and Tim decide if that is a lot of money or like $1.
Oh, I am probably the worst one to ask about that because the last time I saw the Queen, it was a dude in a tank top. It was not what I was expecting.
Here, have a loony, my friend. Have a loony. It's $2.
Yeah, I think that might be a $10 bill equivalent.
All right, I'll go with that. It is
Well,
a
in the
$10
'90s,
bill.
that was good.
It's not a lot of money. It's enough money where they're not going to break into your car purposefully.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there are alarms and self-defense systems in the car. Yes.
Ash, dear, why don't you tip them
I
with
do
some
want
of
to
that
remind
ketamine?
you. Yes, here, have some ketamine. Wait, can vampires?
It's not so much that there are alarm systems and self-defense mechanisms. It's that the thing is otherwise basically undrivable.
You have to know
I'll
which
go with
wires
that.
to connect.
Well, but
it's a very hard code to break.
You do need to understand. It is a South African car alarm, and this is a real thing, by the way, out of universe, guys. Look this shit up. It's actual flamethrowers that come out from under the car. So if somebody tries to break in the car, they just get engulfed in flames. So for
but
a
in your
regular
case, it's that leaky,
person
transmission
who wears
fluid that you
asbestos.
won't fix.
All right, one at a time.
Potato.
All right.
So real quick meta, one of my edges is Blood of Fire. This may come in useful soon.
Yep. All right. The gentleman who takes your loony is a large man, for all you know, human, and he says, "Thanks, I guess," and holds out his hands for the keys. Are there actual keys?
No.
So, I hand them my state-of-the-art 1994 Windows phone, and I tell him, "This is your key." And of course, it's like smoking and sparking because it's a Windows phone, but he understands.
Wow. He holds it and goes, "So, if I need to move it, I..."
Don't
Just hold it close. Hold it close to this pad right here. It's like a power glove, a Nintendo power glove. It just works
All right,
just like a
just
Nintendo
go on in.
power
It'll be here when you get out.
Just wait.
And he takes the phone and he just he has a cash box. He takes the money out of the cash box and he puts the sparking phone in it and closes the little metal lid so that it doesn't light the entire thing on fire. The entire stand he's behind.
All right.
No, Windows phones then. Okay.
We're full up on grandeur, by the way.
Tim, this is personal. This is personal.
Kelly, do you have a Windows phone? Understood. All right.
Present
the entire
you the
time you've known
Microsoft
me, I've had a
Surface
Windows
Duo
phone.
2.
Really? I didn't know that. All
I've
right.
had a Windows phone since 2007.
Huh. Good for you.
The blackjack.
Huh. I have cast no aspersions for that. Get your asses into the club. Are you going in?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I cannot be out here on the street. The sidewalk is very gray.
I mean, It's obviously been cleaned. It's very, very clean, the sidewalk around this building. To the point of, they probably hose it down every other day because things happen.
They should hose harder. I can sell them a beautiful pressure washing machine with bleach attachment. We actually have like 5 back at the warehouse for some reason. Anyways, we should definitely go inside.
You must keep your abandoned carnival as clean as possible.
All right.
Well, how else are we gonna deal with the monkeys? Let's go find Rocco. Is there like a line to get in, or do we just walk straight up to the door?
They let you and Sunshine walk right up to the door. They're looking askance at Ash, and they're like kind of intimating he needs to get in the line.
See you later, Ash.
It's cool. Ketamine is fun. And I'll go wait in line.
Hey,
You'll
Ash,
join them
why
inside
don't you
like
get
2
us some
minutes.
intel from the other people that have to wait in line?
The line is fun. Good plan.
I love that Desiree does not help Ash in any way get into the club. It's just like, yeah, see ya, bye. All right, so Desiree and Sunshine make their way into the club. As you walk in, on the right-hand side, right when you walk in, is a booth with a big glass window across it, and there are people in it, counting money, selling tickets, doing things of that nature. And the coat check's on the other side of the room, and sitting in that glass room is probably the biggest man you've seen in centuries. We're talking like 8 feet tall, looks like Andre the Giant big. Kind of fits the description of Rocco that Vanessa gave you.
Is there a door, or is it just like a giant glass window?
It's a glass window with a counter. The door is inside the club somewhere. Okay.
So can we just go up and knock?
Yeah, I mean, very very attractive woman walks up and says, "Yes, you have tickets. You need tickets."
Actually, yes, we do. 2 for us, and then there's we'll call him a gentleman outside who will eventually need to get in. But I actually was told that there's a gentleman here called Rocco who might be open to some subcontracting.
I don't know. That's Rocco back there, but he's busy for now. Do you want to talk to him later? I'll send somebody in to find you when he's done.
Absolutely. Let's ticket for me and my dear friend Sunshine here, and someone will wander in. His name is Ash. I'll pay for his ticket now too because he is skint, as they say. And then, is there bottle service, or do we have to go up to the bar?
Oh, there's a VIP lounge. Yeah, you can get bottle service and whatnot in the VIP lounge.
Wonderful. And we'll take 2 of those then.
Excellent. All right, I'm gonna jump now to Ash out in line.
Great.
So what is Ash doing? Are you just standing in line, or?
Well, no nonsense. Of course, I mean, look. For all of my buffoonery, I actually have a very high sway and gab kind of stats here. And so basically, I'm just chatting with everybody here, and one of the things I'm trying to find out is, hey, how are things with you? Tell me about you. Tell me more about you. And in doing so, maybe not entirely intentionally, but I am hopefully uncovering whether or not the concept of this mysterious group of people stealing souls for a zombie or vampire or whatever undead army is limited only to werefolk, wereslugs, or whether it's hitting the population at large. So, hey, Susie, how's it going? Hey, you want to go on a date sometime? Oh, no? Okay, well, let's be friends then. Let's talk about, how are you? How's your family? Oh, your grandmother passed away from complications. Oh, okay, that's terrible. Well, it would have been a shame if I had been around. Maybe some of my biomedical technology could have fixed her, but that's neither here nor there. So yeah, did the priest seem unsatisfied during the funeral? That's sort of just general schmoozery.
Was the priest unsatisfied with your dead grandmother?
I'm just.
Well, hold up. I firmly believe that human beings who have adopted a role that handles transition between realms, priests, shamans, witch doctors, that sort of thing, even though they do not have the biological components that we know of to sense those things as surely as, say, Sunshine sense, they've got some sort of subconscious level to it. They know. And it's like that whole 28 grams thing. It's like when you see somebody who's passed as a lay person, you see them and you're like, oh, that's no longer a person. That's an inert object. And I do want to plug something I've read earlier today about certain priests, Buddhist priests. These are, although they are of the Tibetan like a school, they're located in India, humid. So you should know this. So there's this concept of a Tibetan Buddhist priest when they die in meditation, they do meditation before they die, that they remain in a position where they do not decompose for a few days to maybe about a week beforehand, and then somebody has to come release them from that meditation, at which point they almost immediately, all the signs of decomposition happen. This is not the same as the Japanese thing where they intentionally mummify themselves. I'm going to stop you right there.
I'm going to stop you right there, and I'm going to ask the other two players, what does the average 19-year-old college student club goer, how do they respond to this?
He needs to go find the one with the double eyebrow piercing and ask if they've had any failed Ouija board sessions lately.
Oh, yes. I'm getting laid tonight.
I'm going to say, like, you are, even though you have all this sway and stuff, you are stopping them from outright, like, freaking out at you, because these kids...
You're scaring the hoes.
You're scaring the people, like, they don't know what to make of you at all, right? I will tell you, you do uncover one piece of information. They fucking love this club, and they think that actual vampires go here. They think it's just a legend. They're like, come on, it's a vampire club.
Okay. Well, the good news is I failed, even though I had exploding dice, I failed every roll to get laid. So that's at least the best intel I can get for now. Back to Desiree and Sunshine.
What are you two doing?
Well, I am getting so drunk that when Ash appears, it's cool. Also, I'm kind of keeping my eye out for anyone that looks like they may be kind of high up in the hierarchy here. Okay. And kind of seeing if we see Roscoe emerge at any point, who's very hard to miss because he's roughly the size, shape, and hairiness of a moose.
All right, what is Sunshine doing?
So I start out, when it becomes clear that Desiree is just going to smash a bottle or two, I'm going to go dance for a little bit, and then I want to kind of investigate the back of this club.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to say, I'll bring Ash into the club with Desiree, right? And so that's happened. And let's go with you into the back room because the woman at the front desk is bringing Rocco over to Ash and Desiree. And we'll go back to that scene after we figure out what's going on in the back room.
Amazing.
So where do you look? Are you just going into like the kitchen area, the back bar?
I mean, so really I want to look for like the link up here to Megacorp.
Okay.
Megacorp International.
All right.
Basically like office kind of space. Somebody's left a laptop around.
So you realize that the office is in the front of the club. In the back, there's the restrooms off to one side, and off to the other side is the storage area where they keep all the extra liquor, and there's a small kitchen. So are you gonna try to get yourself into that front area?
Yeah, why not?
All right. Are you going to try to sneak in, or are you going to try to talk your way in?
I'm going to try and sneak my way in.
All right. There is a elaborate system of ducts up above the dance floor and all of the other
Fantastic.
rooms.
Love it.
All right. So you climb up into the ductwork. What kind of roll would it be to not make any noise as you're hanging out over the room or trying to slip your way into the back of that room?
I mean,
Sell me on
I'm thinking tenacity and heist is
Okay.
my
That makes
combo
sense to me.
here. All right.
I'm gonna roll. Let's say it's a 5. I'm gonna roll
Okay.
here.
I'm starting with 6 dice. So
Okay.
let's see where we go.
Boop.
I want to point out Tenacity of Heist is a great name for a band.
I've got 3.
I've got 4. I've got
Oh,
a 9,
no.
a 9, a 0, and 2 7s.
Oh man.
So
Hey.
let's
So
see
he
what
like
kind
falls
of.
straight through.
I don't. Do we want him to fall straight through, or do we want maybe somebody to look up and see him, or what would add to the drama here?
Does he land on all 4 feet?
I mean, I think it'd be funny if like I couldn't see the exit and I come out in like into a meeting.
Or into the women's bathroom.
No, Casanova here will turn that onto a whole.
Yeah. All right. Let's say it is. Let's say there is a meeting. It is a bunch of the workers and, well, you don't know exactly who it is. There's 5 or 6 people sitting around a table. There's the old CRT monitor sitting in one corner of the room with a laptop with a computer next to it. And you see this, right? And if for all you know, it looks like the back of the main front office that you were in. So you just you open the vent and start to lower yourself down, and it's like a record scratch as every head in the room just kind of looks up at the bottom half of your body dangling through this hole. What are you doing?
So like the top half is sort of just like still up there, and I kind of hear what's going on.
Yeah. Hello, mister? Hello?
Oh. I say, sorry, wrong exit, and I kind of like start trying to like climb back out, or like back into the duct.
Hey, come down here. What are you doing up there? Don't make us get the bouncers. Are you trying to get away, or are you going to let them pull you down?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm going to try and get away.
All right. I'm going to say these people are, they're pudgy office worker type people, and it's going to be a 4 to get away.
All right, cool. Feels like I'm going to roll tenacity and flow, which is not one of my best. But I am naturally arboreal.
All right.
As this is one of my werebeast affinities, so it's not an immediate bonus right now, but a little bit of a hint. I've got 3 on that one.
I've got none.
All right. Boom. Scramble, scramble, scramble. I'm back in the depths.
I'm actually going to say that was such a good roll compared to mine that you actually make it out of the ductwork if you want to before they get somebody to come looking for you.
That works for me. I'll take it.
And you see, it'll take you a few minutes to get back over there across the crowded dance floor, but you see that large man talking with Desiree and Ash in the VIP section.
I am realizing that they probably saw my pants. So I'm gonna like tear my these leather pants that I borrowed from Ash off to make
I love it.
Leather jorts,
Leather mini
Lorts?
shorts.
Lorts.
Yeah.
They're called lorts.
Leather hot pants.
lorts.
All right.
They got to be hot pants. You have to have a full banana hammock going on.
It is. It's very gothic punk. So, the people on the dance floor are into it, and they're all dancing with you as you're ripping off your pants.
And because it's goth hot pants, there's of course like rivets and spikes in there, so it looks like he's got barbed junk.
Sure.
Okay, that was not the leather pants that I was imagining, but sure.
All right. Rocco comes walking over and he looks down at Desiree and says, "You wanted to talk to me?"
Yes, actually. We have a mutual friend, you know, the one with the calves for days and the custom Doc Martens, you know, with the nice heels. A very agreeable girl.
Yeah, she was supposed to come talk to you.
She did. It was delightful. She's such a dear.
And she gave you my name, huh?
She gave me many things. Your name part of it, but that's neither here nor there. Here you are, so here we are talking.
And what is it we're talking about?
Well, we are talking about your employment status.
Explain, I don't get it.
I see you here running what seems to be a very successful nightclub full of young people and fresh blood. But also, you have a day job? Is that correct?
No, I run the club.
So you have no affiliation with large corporate entities in this city?
I didn't say that. What is it you're looking for?
I am looking for a bit of information on, we'll call them competition.
I know the contents of the message, and if you're looking for something on Megacore, I'm not your man. I don't know nothing.
Interesting. So you just run go-between as a subcontractor with your second-tier subcontractor or third-tier subcontracting. I thought a man of your size, stature, and standing in the community might know a thing or two about a thing or two.
All right, we're gonna do a roll on this one. What are you trying to convince him to tell you?
I'm trying to play up his ego to admit that he knows more than he's letting on about Megacore.
This is a hard one. I'm gonna say 7 because the payoff is big if you win.
Okay.
So there's lots of fish in the grandeur pool, and you should totally.
Sway and cunning and are my big stats.
Well, you tell me what you want to roll. Give me.
Can I do an assist as a helping out my family? Because I can do an assist, but
how are you helping?
Okay, so here's how I'm gonna help.
I'm gonna decide if it actually is helping.
I'm gonna say, hey, I'm a man of science. Forget about her and her bullshit. I got a question for you that you might actually be interested in, friend. And I have sway myself, by the way. I have 3 sway. I've always wondered, can vampires, as the supernatural, experience the same consciousness expanding qualities of ketamine? Goal here is I'd like to see if he'd be willing to do it, and if he does it, that might make him more willing to help with Desiree's role.
All right.
Is that allowed, DM?
Can vampires get high off of blood that's mostly ketamine?
Probably. You're pretty confident they can. The reason I'm reticent here
is Roscoe here willing to feed on male victims or male donors?
You don't know yet. And the reason I'm being reticent is, Ash just dropped the word vampire in the middle of a crowded club. The first time within 5 minutes of meeting a vampire.
All right, let me roll for the ability to smooth this one out.
So we're now stacked three rolls deep into getting this done.
So the first roll is, trying to diffuse the holy shit, you literally accused me of being a vampire in my own club.
He dropped the hard V, yeah.
Yeah. So this will be easy because, Desiree's an attractive character. So go ahead and give me 4.
4, okay.
Hard V?
The hard V, yeah.
So, yeah, Desiree,
all right,
what's
I have
your...
a 6, a 4, a 3, and a 9.
What were you using, though? How are you doing? How are you diffusing the situation?
What's your sway and...
Oh, my sway is 3. I guess I have a grandeur. We're gonna add an extra dice for that one.
I will spend some grandeur dice for you.
How many? She's got at this point 3 grandeur, right?
I mean,
What's-
by 3?
we've got some grandeur in the pool, but you can only grab one of those per roll.
Per roll.
So
Oh,
you're going to
okay.
start with 3 dice for the sway.
Okay.
And man, like, sort of like defusing this situation sounds like, I don't know, either potency or tenacity.
Okay, so tenacity, I have a 2.
Yeah, it's 5 dice.
Let's do that, because I've
So,
talked myself out of work.
yeah, plus the grandeur, that starts with 6 dice.
Okay. I'm gonna drop one. All right. 0, 7, 2, 5, 8, 9.
0, 7, 8, 9. Roll the 0
Yeah.
again.
Yes. Oh, that's right here.
Please get 5. Please get 5 successes.
5, yeah.
You have 5 successes?
Yes.
I believe you. I believe you. So
That's a
that
mess
is...
success, though.
Why is it a messy success? 5... Like, literally, she got 5 successes. I've rolled none. So,
Okay,
Oh,
let
okay, I
me,
thought
let
it
me
was- I thought it
talk
was
to
matching
Roscoe.
yours.
Let
Okay.
me.
let's
Smooth
figure
this
out, though...
over.
It is absolutely smoothed over, and Rocco
Amazing.
seems to be somewhat infatuated with Desiree now.
Oh my gosh.
You know, your darling friend you sent me said I had blood that reminded her of a spicy margarita. I don't know how she knows what that tastes like, but you know, she was a real dear. Anyways, I need to get her number because I think we had some, you know. I'm really just here to see if there's a future there. You know, I'd like to take her on a nice little date and, you know,
Oh, I see.
cow
Well,
tipping or
So
whatever.
now
you
that's
guys
smoothed
do.
over. Do I have to roll? Do I have to roll for the get him to try the ketamine thing?
I mean, he's not really paying attention to you, but if you're going to do it, tell me how you're doing it. Tell me what abilities you're using.
I mean, it'll be sway for sure, and I'd like to say sway and cunning because it's my highest stats, but I'm kind of playing a. I'm gonna say sway and
That's
appearance.
definitely
That's
cunning.
gonna be 5.
All right. I'm
Is
gonna
it
say
cunning?
your-
Okay, then it's 6. Then it's 6.
All right. I'm going to say your difficulty is 6. So, you want to buy a thingy?
All right.
You want to grant that?
Yes, I will buy one. So that puts me set. Yeah, so that's puts me back at 12 grandeur, and that's 7 dice, right? So let's see. 6, 2, 7, and 4. So we got 1 success. Oh, hold up. What do we got here? Oh, that's a 0. Sorry, it's a 0 here. Another 0. Shit, what happens if you have 2 explosions?
They
Roll
keep
both.
exploding.
So I have a 0 that got another 0. Okay, so
Yep,
I'm at 3
keep going.
successes. Okay.
Yep.
And a 4. And then I have 1 more roll, right? 4. So I have 3 successes.
All right. I also
Out
have
of
3
did I do
successes.
6 or 7 rolls?
I don't know.
So it's a
So-
messy success.
Messy success.
So I'll describe it. So he agrees to do it, but the only way he does it is by taking it out of my ketamine infused veins using my dominant hand, which means that I'll probably be at some level of disadvantage for my next, let's say, 2 or 3 rolls. Because it's my dominant hand. So he goes and ka-chunk, sucks it in, and it's like Requiem for a Dream. His pupils go all crazy, and you cut to a shot of his blood vessels all doing all kinds of crazy shit, and his glands are doing all kinds of crazy shit, and I don't know, maybe his goes up and down. I don't know how vampires work. And he is loopy as hell. He is telling stories about like the 3 weeks after he was turned,
okay,
and like
hold
the
on,
time
hold on.
that he had to like
So
so
Sunshine.
desperate to feed on a rat.
Suggest that this sounds like the introduction of the anguish mechanic.
Oh, it does.
All right. Tell me how it should work.
Also
So-
a good name for a band.
Right, so anguish is something that'll go on Ash's character sheet, and that takes time and focused. Basically, we call it time and drama. So
Okay.
it'll stick around for 3 sessions, and if you collect too much anguish over time, you're forced to make a hard choice, which is how you can retire or substantially change characters.
Got it.
Right, it is it is there to roleplay as much or as little as the player wants for their character.
Let me
But
add.
that seems like a great sort of result for this situation.
I like it. The other thing I would like to add and propose
A suggestion as the author.
Go ahead.
The suggestion as the author is, if you do a 4th edition of this, please rename Anguish Mechanics. Sometimes you gotta roll the hard 6.
Oh God. Yeah.
It sounds like we're changing dice up, though.
Yep. I'm gonna add.
It's my only concern.
Yeah, I'm gonna add to that your dominant hand is your driving, your gear shifting hand, your writing hand, and your the main hand you use to hold your technical devices. Oh, and your masturbating hand. So there you go.
At this point, I lean
Well,
over,
then
lean
it's
over
a-
to
it's a sh-
Sunshine and say, "You might have to drive us home tonight."
I love it. He is pretty.
I'm
loopy.
giving her grandeur for that one.
Oh God. What are you trying to get out of him now, Desiree?
I want him to start telling stories about how he got into proverbial or possibly literal bed with the Megacore, and just kind of pump up some any weaknesses on Megacore, because we obviously are going to have to break in. We're obviously going to have to do something here. And we really need to know a way that we can do this. So let's start looking for vulnerabilities.
All right. This is, like I said earlier, the payoff is pretty big on this one. So I'm going to make it a 7 difficulty. And you tell me what you get, and you tell me how you're going to try to get this out of him, what abilities you're going to use.
Okay, so sway and flow. Can I do those?
Flow is about movement.
It's about getting to where you need to be, right?
I mean, like, you're really talking about sway.
Okay.
So you're going to want to pick an essence to go with this. If you're going to kind of get pushy about it, maybe that's potency. If you're going to try and trick him, like, that could be fun, cunning or finesse. If you're just going to kind of like
cunning and sway then, because those are both 3 for me.
Yeah.
That's the way to go.
All right. Are you buying any?
No. Let's see what I got here.
All right. I'm rolling 7.
All right.
All right.
Wait, 7 dice for 7 is a success.
So I'm rolling 7 dice, and 7 is a success on any die.
Okay, so I need to roll 7.
Let's give you another grandeur die, because we've got lots of grandeur right now. So let's roll one more. Yeah.
Bear with me on the math, guys. I've been up since 4:30 this morning. All right, 8, 20, 9, 50, 7, 80, 80.
8.
Oh, you're rolling the 10-sided die. So give me.
Yeah,
give me
sorry,
just
I kind of ran out of dice a little while
That's
ago.
okay.
Say that one more time.
8, 2, 9, 7, 5, 8, 8.
That's 5 successes, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
All right. I got 1, 2, 3 successes. So you that is what is it called? 5 successes again?
It's a dramatic success.
A dramatic success.
I'm a charmer.
All right.
Rocco's kind of doing the thing we want. Like
Exactly.
whatever it is we want.
So here's what happens with Rocco.
Oh, you remind me of my 5th husband. You know, he also was a moose.
I'm not going to make the literal moose joke. Anyway, he starts telling you a yarn about how pissed off he is that, the owners won't let him expand the club, and he's constantly under their thumb, and he's just so pissed off about all that stuff. And, he wonders if you would help him maybe get the capital to open a new club. And eventually he lets slip that the people he's so pissed off with, it is Megacore International Automotive.
Yes.
And he mentions a name.
Terrible.
Balon Tusk.
But of course, Yes,
at,
I've
Megacore.
heard that name. That pretender, that guy who tries to be as much of a genius as me, but he's not getting to Mars. He's not going to put chips in people's brains. Also, I might add, I should get some sort of point for something for proving that the supernatural can, in fact, have the mind-expanding capabilities of my cocktail of ketamine, caffeine, children's Dimetap, and B vitamin complex.
You realize
Rocco,
that
dear,
yeah. Go ahead.
have you considered setting up a nightclub in a warehouse? Maybe outside of this particular strip? If so, here's my card. I think I have space for you to expand your options.
Okay. And in true uncomfortable end of the... Yeah, we're going to break in just a moment for a bio break because this is a good place to do it. As you stand up to leave, he leans in for a kiss and you just kind of move away.
Bye.
All right, we're going to take a 5-minute break for a bio break, and we'll be back in a few minutes and figure out what they're doing with this new knowledge that Balon Tusk at Megacore International is behind things.
Elon Tusk. What a
All right.
dick.
Elon Tusk.
Be right back.
He will never steal my plans for the Techno Coupe.
Oh yeah, I think the ranger wants to fuck one of them.
Not one. I mean, not anyone. Not just anyone.
Not one, all of them. Got it.
Like I'm effing. Piranha starts swaying, getting into it, just sort of
Twerking?
swaying with the music too.
Twerking.
Gently twerking, like not like hardcore twerking, not like trying to earn some extra platinum twerking, but
Gently
like
twerking.
just gentle twerking, just sort of like I'm feeling your vibe twerking.
Oh my god.
I can take them if I can be potion bitch.
Yeah. I feel like you've kind of needed the potions the most so far. So yeah, that's a good idea.
Because it's my fault if they don't finish.
It's always your fault. Everything is your fault.
It's always the man's fault if women don't finish stuff.
She has a point.
She does have a point. I'm not going to fight that one because there's no way for me to win that one.
Nope, you're a little bit outnumbered.
So in a flash of teleportation light, and there is no twerking unless you want there to be.
I'm twerking. Don't tell me I
Okay.
can't twerk. I'm just gonna twerk if she wants to.
You can leave your cares behind because if your
Is
friends don't twerk.
there like Doctor Who noises as she twerks through the universe?
Jesus.
Hey,
That's funny.
at least you don't
That's
hear the
hilarious.
sucking sound of the dark between the stars.
Oh my god, no.
I am glad you made it out of that without mentioning the sucking sound of the dark between the stars.
And occasionally creates a sucking whisper. What is it? Milky voice whispers? I don't remember.
You made it worse.
Basically,
How did you make it worse?
because I said moist. That made it worse.
And milky. Let's not overlook milky, please.
I think, is it milky actually in there?
They
Did I
are
just
milky
make
white
it up?
tentacles. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, thank you. Rather you didn't.
Lots of D words.
All the
Dazzling
words.
Dee Dee.
Dazzling
Oh
Dee Dee.
dear God.
That's her Vegas name.
Dump truck Dee Dee.
She got that dump truck.
She got that dumpy.
Yep.
She kind of thick for a goblin.
You actually managed to convince the captain of this boat, Lord Dryland, to engage in some BDSM with your party.
Hoes make the world go round, baby. Oh.
Oh my god.
Right, but it's Melitus. You're in the city of Melitus, right?
Sure.
Sure, whatever you say, DM.
Yeah. I don't want people to go back and look and be like correcting me.
You mean me?
Yes.
So Muddy had two courses of study. She had her unofficial one, which was, of course, furthering the never-ending march of capitalism via illicit substances. And then the other one is she is doing a research internship in the labs.
Okay.
Trying to force evolution on pests.
Is Maudie trying to amass an army of pests?
She's not
trying.
avoiding it. Basically, if anything goes wrong, is it really going wrong?
Happy little accidents.
Yeah. So
Yep.
theoretically, I could stick it in his butthole, but I'm trying not to sexually assault people.
I'm gonna say I just rolled an 18.
Like around the ankle.
It takes it. Teamwork makes the dream work.
My dice are cursed. Like, that's just what this is.
Hey, Madame, who's not supposed to vape in the house, is doing it on camera.
Hear you.
Jasparo's our roommate gets a danger cutie. That sounds pretty radical.
Danger cutie. Oh my god, she's so
Hey, Madi, are you guys just hanging out, or do you think you're gonna like be best friendies?
So I think,
I mean, I don't mean to rush you.
like, I don't want to like rush things and all, but like, I would die for her. She can do it extra better.
I'm bringing us back. You can tell the rest of the
Quadruples,
story.
Seth.
Oh,
Yeah, we're switching the quadruples.
that explains something.
Something.
Seth,
No.
you've known him sober too, so
Yeah.
does it?
I'm still enjoying my margarita, which is Kelly has decided to go for a walk, and it is still like 88 degrees and humid as balls out. So I'm gonna I poured one for her, and it's sitting on the counter for when she gets back from her walk. I'm such a nice.
Some good husbandry right there.
Yeah. All right.
You're a good man. I would never do that.
I mean, it's always nice to have an alcoholic beverage waiting for your wife when she gets home.
Often true.
All right,
Yep.
my screen is black. Is it supposed to be black?
Your screen is black?
Yeah.
I don't know.
My Twitch screen is black.
Are you watching
refresh it.
Is it trying to make you watch a commercial?
You should hit, reload.
I certainly do not know.
Just refresh it.
It looks fine from here.
I haven't looked at it in a bit. Let me take a look. Oh.
I'm totally buying a Risky Whiskey t-shirt from you guys, but only for a real world reason. I was heading back from a conference,
There we go.
and I took a red-eye flight with Frontier Airlines, which if you ever want to know what driving Ash Dampier Techno Bushido's rickety-ass cars like, fly Frontier on a red-eye flight. And there was a group of people I knew like professionally, and they showed up absolutely shit-faced drunk.
Was it back
and
from Vegas?
one of them
Where
was
it
wearing
from?
the conference was in Vegas. And one of them was wearing a shirt that said "Risky After Whiskey," and yeah, that's all we have to say about that. Risky
The
After
story
Whiskey,
behind
guys.
the Risky Whiskey T-shirt is our Storm King's Thunder D&D game, where it just happened, and I had to invent something on the fly, and of course there was Storm Giant whiskey that they had been distilling themselves in this storeroom. So
Oh gosh.
they just decided to fill all their wine skins up, all their water skins up with Storm Giant Risky Whiskey, because obviously it's like 150 proof. So it became a thing throughout the rest of the game that they would share their risky whiskey with people that they just met.
My gosh.
I accidentally got
Impressed.
Burnette's 100 proof vodka the other day at the store. So
Accidentally.
it was right next to regular vodka. It was not. And when it was 10 a.m. and you're at the liquor store, everything kind of just blurs together.
You said when it's
all I'm
10
saying
a.m.
is
at
I-
the
It was like
You're a
grandeur for that
techno
one.
Okay,
10
it
a.m.
was
at the liquor store.
9:55 a.m., but they don't open until 10. Does that make the story better or worse?
Yes.
Yes. I agree. Yes. Yes is my answer.
Oh Lord. All right. Back into game. So you have just learned that one of Ash's old college nemesis CCCs, Balon Tusk, is apparently behind this. He is the CEO and senior executive vice president at Megacore, and he is completely in charge of Megacore Auto International.
Is that the one that stole your idea for cargo pants, or the one that stole your idea for the beeper?
Yes! Yes, he stole my ideas for so many things. He stole my idea for an idea. I called it Ponzi Buddy. And what it was artificial intelligence that used generative adversarial networks and large language models to be able to communicate and think as a sentient being would. But instead, he stole it and he used it for this product that's coming out in the next couple months. It's called Microsoft Bob. And I think he's a hack and a fraud. I think he's scum, and I think that he should be strung up by his toenails over a pit of sulfuric acid that is used to charge the batteries of my electrically powered Techno Coupe. The S is silent.
Well, I am sure any data the court will rule in your favor over Neopets. Don't you worry.
They're called Tamagotchi. Thank you very much. They're like Tamagotchi, but they're goth.
Oh my god. That was punny.
Oh my.
So, you've left the club, you are walking to the car, or you're in the car, and what you talking about? What you doing?
That was fucked up, right? Like, that was a fucking moose in human form, right? I've literally never seen a man that big. Also,
I think you could have seen more of him if
give
you
your
wanted
car phone key monstrosity to Sunshine. He's probably good to drive.
Oh lord. Okay. I've only seen this done. Where are we going? My usual. Yeah, I usually call a cab.
Okay, first and foremost, we need to go to someplace that'll serve us a breakfast bagel. I am aware that it is 4:30 in the morning, but I need bacon,
I know
hash
exactly
browns,
the place.
cheese, and egg on some sort of carb.
No, I exactly know the place. A good friend of mine who is a graduate of Miko's Calf Cafe actually runs an all-night diner, and they named it after me. It's the Sunshine, and we'll be there in a snap.
Excellent.
Well, then the cherry to wait.
Out of universe, everyone who's watching, all three of you, and the people playing, look up the Elbow Room in Vancouver. The Elbow Room is a very, very interesting place. They're intentionally jerks to you. They treat you like shit. Like, they're sassy and they're whatever. They're assholes.
It's like Dick's Last Chance.
It's wonderful.
Dick's
It's like
Last
every
Resort.
restaurant now.
Yeah.
I have another story which I will not share on this because it's a little too personal. But when one of my parents was trying to explain to the other parents about how the Elbow Room work, I'll tell you that one.
I really thought you were going to go into the birds and bees thing. So you know.
I was supposed to be the dominatrix at the Chinese restaurant story, but
yes.
On that note,
let's go get those breakfast bagels, guys. While we discuss next steps.
So, Sunshine.
Yeah.
What kind of role should Sunshine make to drive the mobile?
Oh my god, I think it's actually tenacity and flow.
Do it. I'm fine with that.
We both know it's a Paron. It's a Paron all the way through.
Is it a Paron?
That's probably right.
I think it is.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay.
A Piron, yeah.
Cool. I'm starting at 2 dice.
I'm going to say this is a 4. Like, you've seen him do it a bunch.
All right. Well, I'm going to buy a die with grandeur, and I think I'm going to actually have to spend some Numa on this.
Yeah, to be fair, we've seen him do ketamine a bunch too. That doesn't mean I feel like we should do dosages.
Right? Yeah, I don't think any of my affinities will help either. So I'm going to spend 3 Numa on this.
Okay.
And
I am confident in my
roll
ability
4
to
dice.
not die.
Okay, I rolled 4 as well.
Alright, how bad is this going? Alright. I've got 2 successes.
I've got an 8 and 2 9s. So I've got 3 successes.
Oh man.
So minor setback.
Oh Jesus.
I mean, it's a full ass setback.
It's a full ass setback. All right.
Did we run over the valet?
I'm not going to go as far as manslaughter. I think it's going to be more along the lines of, somehow you've managed to disable most of the systems in this car, and the only thing it's going to be good for the next hour is driving it like a basic automobile.
I think how bad does it go for me, though, is really what we want here.
Yep,
Yeah, that's more punishment for Ash.
Do we want police involvement? Do we want... did you fuck up his car? Did you, sideswipe out of the building on the way out?
I think, whatever good sort of, future trouble is gonna be kind of, the best thing. Okay, I've got an idea.
Yep.
So... for whatever reason, his stick shift is mislabeled, and I put it in gear, and I fucking run over the valet.
Okay.
Who is
not
a vampire.
Right.
So he's gonna be pissed off, but he's gonna know exactly who hit him.
Yep. And he's gonna think it was Ash.
The worst part is it's an electric car. Granted, it's got nitrous oxide turbocharger injectors, but it's an electric car.
Makes any sense at all.
None whatsoever.
I'm 100% here for this.
All right, cool. I like it. You are in the car. You run down as you're pulling away. You just
No, this is a full ass setback. This is not a messy setback.
Okay.
He's under the car, and we take him with us to the diner. He gets
you
caught
dragged him to the diner.
Yeah, he gets dragged to the diner, and we get out and we're eating fucking eggs.
And you just look out at the car and you see him pull himself out from under the car, flip everybody, just they're going like this at all you guys. And he just you see the wounds healing as he's standing up and just starts trudging away towards the bus stop.
Waiter, we're gonna need another round of emotions.
The bus stop. Wait, was that the ballet?
Uh-huh.
Certainly looked like it. At least half of them.
You know what that poor man could probably use right now? Ketamine. It's a ketamine caffeine mix.
Yeah.
Sunshine, darling. Grow up.
I usually take a cap.
I'm giving grandeur for that one. That's perfect.
So the sun is starting to come up over the city. It's that crack of dawn. The sky's starting to get orange in the distance, and you were sitting eating your breakfast sandwiches and trying to figure out what to do next.
Well, so
this is the perfect time to break in.
Dawn? Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree. My time of day.
and I do want to make people remember that the Techno Coupe, yes, is silent, has a lot of surveillance equipment that could assist with any sort of break-in or reconnaissance activity.
Okay. Dear, if that car can limp it along the 3 miles it takes to get from here to the actual headquarters, I will.
This is Canada. We use kilometers.
So 5 kilometers.
The point stands. We need to take the subway, like proper office workers.
Wait, I thought we were going to break in early, and that was kind of the point.
I mean, the sun is up. They're already.
At this point, I want to watch.
First shift has started.
Do you know when people go to work, Desiree?
I have literally never worked a single day in my life, so obviously not.
Cool. Let's drive.
To be fair, Sunshine, this is Vancouver. This is Canada. This is a country with a proper social safety net, and people don't feel the need to show up at like 5:30 in the morning to work unless they want to. So, I'm not defending her point entirely because I think she's a pompous ass, but I do think that there is something to be said about Canadian work ethic.
Are you agreeing with me? Because it sounds like you're agreeing with me.
I'm just watching.
This ketamine is good shit, brother. I all I'm saying is it might be early in the morning enough to do sneaking because they're able to come into work at a normal time. Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Let's go. Who's I paid for bottle service, so when are you guys gonna have to cough up for our meal? And also, I will need a double mimosa to go.
The waiter comes over and just dumps it into like a styrofoam cup.
Use this.
Amazing.
God bless the 90s, where you can still get a styrofoam to-go cup.
All right. Ben, I'll get you back. Put it on my tab.
The chef, who apparently knows Sunshine, just kind of nods and gives him a little salute.
All right, are we assuming that Ash is now sober enough to drive?
He's probably as competent as he ever gets to drive.
Stunning endorsement, let's go.
All right.
Sunshine, toss him that monstrosity calls a key.
It is a beautiful drive out of the city into the countryside where apparently their head offices for Megacore Automotive International are on a campus outside of Vancouver. There is a factory. Their main factory is also on the same campus. So it is several miles outside the city. It's a beautiful drive. There is no traffic because you're going in the opposite direction.
Nice.
And you eventually get to the exit off the highway, and you see off to the side, way off in the distance, is the several rising smokestacks of Megacore International. You drive up to the gate, and how are you getting in? Or do you want to drive up to the gate? Do you want to stay on the main road before the turn into the gate?
I think.
As a quick reminder, my techno
one at a time, guys. One at a time.
As a quick reminder, my Techno Coupe, the S is silent, has both stealth cloaking technology and the ability, as we discovered last episode, to hover for a short period of time. I think it's like a couple minutes. So we could actually cloak ourselves
for 100 yards. I said.
Yeah. So we could
Let's
cloak
work together because it's really hard to ignore a flying car.
I'm gonna see if everything.
Let's
do a roll.
It's cloaked.
Let's do a roll to see if everything works. Is it cloaked, and is it able to do all that with the power draw, blah, blah, blah. I would like to see, let's make it a 3.
Oh.
A 3. Well, okay.
So you read the rules about the ominous roll, right?
Well, no, what's the ominous roll?
Oh, okay. So when the herald says, "Okay, I'm rolling 3," this is an indicator that something is going to go really bad. Probably. So you had better make this roll, because a tie is what's called an upheaval, which is normally only when both players have 5. And a tie at above 5, which is like everything goes sideways. And a failure is always a dramatic failure.
All right, I'm going to leave this at 3. I'm going to leave it at the ominous 3, and I'm going to give you one other piece of information. The entire gate, the entire fencing around this place is about 10 feet high, chain link fence, but it's got that green plastic, so you can't see through it.
All right. Nice. So to that end, because I'm an asshole, because today's episode is brought to you by Trappiste Rochefort. It's 10% ABV. It's a quadruple. I have the following ambits that I think matter.
Okay.
I've got when speed or adrenaline is key. I've got when the action is truly in my kinesis.
I'm gonna take the second
one,
definitely.
And I've got when your sweet ride is hogging the attention.
Yep, the last two apply.
If you feel that any of those 3 or any combination, Okay, last two apply. So we got 2 additional dice plus we'll full up on grandeur, so I get 3. So you're saying it's a roll of 3.
Yep.
I am assuming that this is going to work based on flow, and I'll go with flow and tenacity. So that's
I'll take that.
For me,
yeah, you
that's
got to keep
5.
the car moving, not slowing down.
Yeah. So flow is 3, tenacity is 2, so that's 5.
Yep.
Plus I've bought 3, so that gives me 8.
All
so
right.
let's see how my 8 goes against your 3. So I got a 4, a 7, and a 5. So that's 2 victories.
It's 1.
I've got 1 victory. Okay, 1 victory. I've got a hold on, one dropped off here. I've got a 0, a 0, and a 3. So these 2 explode. Let's figure
you
that
got
out
3 at
first.
least.
2 more zeros. Okay. A 6 and a hold up. Another 6 and a 7, and I still have 2 more to actually regularly roll, right? So
Right.
a 9 and a 1.
All right. So how many
believe that's a
successes is that total? I got none,
I
by
count
the way.
7.
Oh fuck.
I count 7.
Okay. So
7. Okay.
all right. So for dramatic storytelling purposes, are we dodging or are we noticing in advance and avoiding?
Dodging.
What? Okay, we're dodging.
Dodging is more dramatic.
We are. Okay, fair enough. So, I activate the Techno Coupe, the S of Silence, hover boosters. I do my run-ups, launch over it. I'm now in full free-fall. I'm gravity-free over the course of the gate. And what do I notice? Well, I notice 3 things. First, I notice the snipers in the guard towers firing at what they think is me. But remember, I've got cloaking. So they're firing about, 30 meters off. They're firing at a patch of air that is well off to my side. That's the first thing I notice. The second thing I notice is some sort of electromagnetic field. Now here is the problem. This electromagnetic field does not affect the car, believe it or not, because the car is made out of non-magnetic materials. What it does affect is it affects the biological implants. You might recall that I fucked up my dominant hand having the blood soaked from it. So all of a sudden, I am now at a disadvantage in steering the car, landing it properly. The third thing that happens is that as I come to a very rough landing, I land next to a relatively insignificant, maybe it's a relay station, maybe it's a pumping station. It's clearly something that's important for the overall network, but it's not the key. It's not like the mother node of it. It's something. And I land next to it, and what I notice, and this is something very, very disturbing to me because I've had a lot of ketamine, is that it's glowing the exact same green as the green that we noticed when we first went to the Dude Ranch for very obnoxious rich people, and the same green we noticed when Silas, who was the elder of the were-slugs, started getting really upset about the mere suggestion that he might be doing something to defile the bodies of his elders. That sickly, glowing green, but it's coming out of a machine. It's coming out of a machine from a transformer, or pumping station, substation looking piece of machinery that's subordinate to a grander network, because I crashed into it with my phenomenal state-of-the-art 1993 Techno Coupe, the S is silent.
All right, you notice a fourth thing, and you manage to start the Techno Coupe, wheels spinning, engine whirring up as the surface-to-air missiles come launching from the top of the building at the Techno Coupe. And you manage to actually skid right out of the way. The car is accelerating like mad, and the surface-to-air missile, surface-to-air, what is it? The
surface-to-air.
surface-to-air missiles, right? They impact right behind the car, and everybody's just thrown around inside the car as you are heading toward the main gate of Megacore International.
I'm very grateful that in the 90s you can still get a plastic lid and plastic straw for your styrofoam cups.
A plus here.
Everyone notices one other thing. There are no cars in the employee parking lot.
Well, of course not. They're
Utterly
on the
empty.
factory.
I mean, we did come here at like the ass crack of dawn for a reason.
Yep. But you'd expect, ominously, the universe tells you that there are no cars in the employee parking lot.
Oh, it's the ominously that there are no cars in the
Yes.
parking lot. Got it.
Where are you going?
Quick check. What day of the week is it?
It's like a Friday morning.
Okay, so it's not like Sunday.
No, it's not. It's not a weekend. Let me tell you a little bit about what you see. So ahead of you is a skyscraper-looking building. It's about 15 stories or so high. It looks like a main office building. Way off to your left is a huge, 3 or 4 football fields employee parking lot that's just empty. And off to your right is what looks like a factory. It's about twice as big as the office building in front of you, but it's way more spread out. So that is what you see.
Tusk. He doesn't see the value of electric cars. He's forcing people to bus in.
Is that what he's doing?
That what's going on?
This looks like a failed business here, where they're just keeping it alive for tax purposes.
The factory is working. Like, there's smoke billowing out of the smokestacks. It looks like there's, third shift is still working. But no cars.
Can Sunshine sense if there are a bunch of zombies working the factory line?
I mean, once we get closer, probably. But as of right now, not really. Not from out here.
I remember we have that camera that's able to determine whether or not souls are still in their body or floating free, heading off to wherever souls may go. I don't care. I'm a man of science.
It's true, but like, also, we're gonna go need to see them to see that.
Well, yeah, that's a question. That's a question for the Herald. If I were to whip out my amazing, sick, sweet, massive, massive soul detecting goggles, would I be able to at least see?
Your headphone
Did
is...
you turn off your microphone?
Your mic is pushed up too high. Pull your mic in front of your face. There you go.
Fair enough. Would my amazing goggles be able to at least detect a pattern that's disrupting the atmosphere of souls going up or out or wherever they may go into the hereafter, or would I be able to detect living creatures in their bodies doing their thing?
I'm going to say you can
like a heat map.
I'm going to say you can modify your device to do that at the risk of crashing the car because your dominant hand is fucked up.
I will stay driving the car. I'll drive the car.
Okay.
Hand to me. I know many things about something.
You're approaching the factory, and there doesn't appear to be anyone outside. No activity. You don't see anybody changing shifts. You don't. And oddly enough, like, you don't hear an alarm. There's no one chasing you from the sniper towers.
I guess that cloak is working. That seems fine. Everything's fine and great, in fact.
Except for the surface-to-air missiles that almost hit you.
Yeah,
I'm a science genius.
Almost.
What? Look,
now we're landed,
no
though.
plan-
Those don't work anymore.
No plan survives contact with the enemy. No plan survives contact with the enemy. What matters is the ability to be agile and the ability to pivot on a dime to solve the needs, the emergent needs of the day. And yes, okay, the missiles launch, fine, but did they hit us? No. And that means that we have met the minimally viable product of success, which is that we are alive and still fulfilling our mission. And anyone who thinks otherwise is a small-minded pleb who should be following that Tusk motherfucker and his stupid snake oil dreams about cars and space and yeah, fuck that guy.
Sold. I'll buy 100 of your helicopters.
Tim?
Yep, no, that seems fine. I'm in.
All right. Are you pulling right up to the door of the factory? What are you doing?
Of course.
All right. You pull up right straight to the door of the factory. The car is still invisible. Getting out. Go. Tell me what you're doing.
We're gonna kick down that door.
I think that like we get out in slow motion and yeah, go and kick down the door.
All right, you get out in absolute slow motion. You know, it's cool, it's slick. You guys are the coolest things ever. And all three of you at the exact same time kick down the door, and it's dark inside, and it's a long hallway, and there's nothing there.
This is an open bid for grandeur, but I believe that the soundtrack to that scene should be connected by stereo MCs.
Fine by me.
I think this is the perfect time to use that butane lighter that works as a flamethrower.
I mean, you can see down the hallway. There's a big set of double doors at the end that apparently opens onto the floor, the manufacturing floor. But there's no one in the hallway. No one in the off to the right. There's a staff cafeteria. No one's in there. But it's very anticlimactic. Like you're all ready for some action. You kick down the door, and it's like record scratch, nothing.
Do we smell anything? Sense anything?
Tell me what you're, trying to smell or sense, or you don't smell anything that's blatantly obviously weird.
I mean, first and foremost, is their calendar hanging out telling us it's federal holiday today?
It is not a federal holiday today. It is a normal work day.
All right, then I'm looking for zombies operating the whole plant because I see no cars, there are no lights.
All right.
We hear the hum of machinery.
You absolutely hear the hum of machinery, the clanking, the thrum of industry. Yes.
Sunshine, be here and sniff around for dead bodies that are still working.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. That's a weird way to ask for that, but I'm game.
You've known me for how many years? I have no normal way of asking for that.
About half of one.
Half of one body? What?
Wait, half of 1 year.
Desiree, that's 6
well.
months. That's 6 months.
Time is so weird for you mortals. I don't know.
All right, what is Sunshine doing?
What is time? It's fine.
Sunshine, what you looking for and where?
I think I'm gonna head straight down to those double doors and, give it a sniff.
All right, that cinematic time slows again as you approach the double doors, and you don't even have to sniff. As you get close enough to be able to smell, you see, 4 or 5 heads shamble by the windows in the doors.
Shamble's not a great word for this not being zombies.
Shamble is some trouble right there.
Yep. There are definitely some undead here. There are definitely some rotting things.
A quick out-of-character note to everyone who may be watching this stream, all 3 of you. Shambling is very scary when you're younger than 40. When you're older than 40, shambling is just normal getting up after a night's sleep. Just so you know.
In the darkest universe here, shambling is scary to everybody.
Yes.
I like that interpretation.
Because the supernatural beings, our joints still work as designed.
What? No arthritis? Okay.
So what is Sunshine going to do with that information?
Arthritis in trench coats.
So what are you doing with that info, Sunshine?
So I wanna sort of discern if there are some souls still in those bodies there.
Okay. Is there any role for that, or do I just sort of narrate what happens?
I mean, it depends on how important this is and whether or not to sort of like your idea of what's happening next.
Yeah, I'm going to say there's difficulty of 5. There's a decent payoff. So yeah,
cool.
Give me 5.
I've got a discern of 3, and I've got a potency of 3. I'm gonna take some real I'm gonna take some big deep breaths in. So I'm gonna roll 6 dice at the base, and I will spend a grandeur if that's cool. We still got 1 die.
Okay.
I'm just picturing the big cat's Fleming thing.
God. I'm glad I'm not playing, because then my rolls would suck.
Alright, I've got 4 successes.
Alright. There is something there, but there's sort of a... It astrally tastes like electrical burn, something, but...
It's like souls plus ozone?
Yeah, you can't get to the souls but for the ozone surrounding them. So, that kind of lets you know that there are souls there, but you don't have no idea, what condition they're in.
Right, this is kind of electrically scorched. Sounds like a technology thing.
Sounds like techno magic.
Ash, I'm gonna shout out. Ash, you gotta get down here. They're doing some shit.
Well, I will gladly take a look at it, but you must understand something. As a member of the New Hampshire Techno Bushido, the magic part is intensely distasteful. It really is. It's like saying, policy whores.
Seriously though,
absolutely. I'll look at it. But let me tell you that the fact that someone would deign to merge the purity of science, empirical knowledge, and technology, the ability of the human spirit to overcome problems with their own mind and logic and the rules of mathematics and science.
Cool. Help me fix it.
I'm offended.
He loses one tournament and swears off magic forever.
I am highly amused that the character that experiments on the creatures that are very close to humanity is now offended.
I'm offended. And by the way, just for the record and to Desiree's point, the deck that swore me off of magic was blue. People who play blue deck are just assholes, and their entire job is to cock block us. Okay,
get it.
I will help you. What is the roll? Fuck you, blue deck players.
I mean, I think we gotta figure out what's going on and how to stop it.
Yeah.
It's not a roll.
Well, okay, so again, I do have a device. At this point, I'm not driving. I have a device that can tell the position of an immortal soul, so to speak.
Let me interject something real quick. I think it would be amusing at this point if, because Ash likes to talk so much, he's always jabbering about something. You're just standing there having this conversation as zombies are walking around inside. Something notices you and starts shambling towards the two of you as you're having this discussion.
Do understand that, but I also have, I've got power in that realm. So my kinesis is oil, which is gabbing, bar tier stuff, right? Charisma stuff. I've got cunning. I've got sway. So as they're hearing me talk, I'm going to make the play that I will actually convince the approaching zombies that their very existence is fundamentally illogical and insulting to the experience. So I've got 3 sway, I've got 3 cunning, I've got how much grandeur we got. But I do
One
have the
dice
gambit. One dice, so we're already at 7, and then I have the gambit. When the action is truly in my kinesis, and as you may recall, Tim knows this, but Seth, you might not remember, my kinesis is oil, which is it's the soft stuff. It's smoothing things over. It's getting people. It's charisma stuff. So I'm at 8. So let's go ahead and roll. Let's see if I can convince.
I don't know that
the
all those
approaching
work
zombie.
because you don't understand that they don't have an intelligence. They don't understand what charisma is. They're dead for all intents and purposes. So how are you going to convince something that has no brain?
Oh wait, I'm gonna weigh in on this. What is oil if not the deceased distilled over a long period of time?
And moreover, Mr. Harold, I will convince you doubly over that there is no possibility for a zombie to function if it does not have some level of neural function. And you may think, okay, fine, higher logic might not be a thing. I never said my sway was higher logic.
Okay.
There might be some Benny Gesserit level shit that appeals to the brainstem.
Thought you didn't believe in Go ahead.
It's not magic. It's not magic. It's
He believes in spiritual oil.
I will happily allow it.
Syrian.
Happily allow it.
All right, so we got 8 die.
All right.
6 and a 2.
If you want to
that's not
convince
good.
these things, it'll be an easy roll, and you can tell me what happens. So let's say it's only a 4.
I got a 6 and a 2, a 6 and a 6. I got out of 8 die. I've got a 0 and a 2. I'll roll that 0 later. I've got a 2 and a 6. That's not good. And let me roll that 0 again. And a 3. Absolute jackass failure.
I got no successes.
That's
all right.
Then a success.
So it's
Yep.
And it's a success. Okay.
So I propose that this is what happens. You open the door confidently and start talking at these whatever they are, and they just cock their head.
I'll do it. I'll improv it right here. So,
No.
I'll convince you, Seth, the DM.
They just cock their heads, and after you talk for long enough, they just sort of collapse out of something.
Pour them to bed.
Out of just
Hi,
complete,
dead guys.
complete
Yes,
misunderstanding. They have no idea what's going on.
I know you're dead, but you understand stuff. You understand. You hunger for brains, which means you feel hunger. You move around, which means you have a working motor cortex. Guys, look, I understand. Look, let me tell you something. You're not lesser because you're dead. You're not less of a person because you're dead, right? Toddlers don't. Yeah.
We get it, and they collapse to the ground with a like almost an electrical explosion, and you see smoke rising from their left ears.
I smell technology.
Is anyone trying?
I smell technology.
Are you trying to remain unseen, or are you just sort of hanging out there?
I don't think
we're
we
both spaced
have
out.
made any effort to remain unseen.
All right. At this point, you hear a voice come over the loudspeaker in the plant. Ah, Ash Dampier. You recognize the voice. It is Balon Tusk.
It's that fucker. Oh, that fucker.
So nice of you to visit us. I'll take ownership of that car once you're dead. And the zombies just start coming. They come pouring. They're shambling. They're not runners. It's not that kind of zombie. And they're shambling. They're crawling over the conveyor belts with machinery on them. They're crawling out from under doors, and they're just shambling towards the three of you.
You know, Sunshine, they were college roommates.
You Desiree, my dear, I love you very much, even though you will not give me the time of day sexually. This might be the time to implement your blade.
Hold on. Hold my drink.
Hold my drink. Let me take my earring out. Hold on.
This old thing.
And your earring turns into your rapier. Is it a rapier, broadsword, longsword? What is it?
Epee.
It's an epee.
Amazing.
All right.
The most flexible of the fencing swords.
tell me what is Ash doing? What is Sunshine doing at this point?
All right, go ahead, Ash.
I think he locked up. No, there he is.
No.
Oh, is he typing?
I'm slicing. I'm making zombie charcuterie right now.
Okay. You're charging head first and just going slice and dice in a whirlwind of action. Okay.
All right.
We'll have a roll for that in a minute. What is Sunshine doing?
Sunshine is going to transform.
All right. Tell us about that.
All right. So Sunshine, sort of like, kind of like takes the jacket that he's wearing like off. So he's now just like shirtless and in these
spiky
patent leather
spiky
jorts. Yeah. And starts transforming and growing into basically like I've got a bunch of like super dark fur, like this big orange like sunshine patch that like covers my entire chest, and you just kind of hear like the Care Bears theme song as my transformation like comes out. Like I'm a giant sun bear who has like this giant sort of sunshine shaped patch on my chest.
I love it.
And I just start like wade in and like start wrecking some zombies.
Awesome.
Well, hats off, Tim, because I honestly thought it was gonna be like a Thundercats Go thing.
No. I'm dropping the Care Bear stare right here.
Awesome.
I love you, Tim. I thought you were a cat. The Care Bear stare thing really just
queued up.
Okay, so the best word
at some
here
point
is
I'll go to Brooklyn and buy you a drink.
Grandeur, exactly. Grandeur.
There we go.
Grandeur.
Let's get some grandeur
and a promised drink. I don't know if the draft barn is still around, but I will get you a drink somewhere.
All right, sounds good. I'll
That
take
crazy
it.
place for the spaghetti pancakes. Never mind.
Amazing.
All right, what is Ash doing while these two are going nuts on the zombies and slashing their way through the crowd? Ash is typing online right now.
So, like, one of my favorite parts of the rules is that we specifically wrote in when you take your monstrous form, time in the story pauses long enough for your transformation to be witnessed uninterrupted. Because the Darkest Cosmos loves watching that.
Yep. Is your transformation painful, or is it, exaltative or anything? Does it
I
hurt
think
you?
it's, like, exaltative, right?
All right.
Like, yeah, no, like, I'm a fucking Care Bear. Like, this is like, yeah, we're gonna hug it out! Right? Kind of like some nonsense like that.
I love it.
I mean, are we talking Anita Blake or are we talking Hemlock Grove?
Wait, sorry, what?
Anita Blake or Hemlock Grove?
Oh, Anita Blake.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, Mike, what is Ash doing?
Ash is completely. Well, first of all, he's really excited that he was able to talk the undead to death. Having worked with Sunshine for some period of time and having never seen him do the Care Bear stare, he is a little shocked. I'm a little shocked. I'm also a little bit excited because holy shit, here is somebody thinking outside the box. Here is somebody shifting the paradigm, as they say. And so to that end, I am going to go to the Techno Coupe, yes, is silent, and I'm going to see if I have the ability to shoot the deflector dish of the Techno Coupe, the S is silent, at the Care Bear stare beam to help magnify the beam. So is that a forge? It's a forge and cunning.
Sounds like forge.
So forge and cunning puts me at 5. I think we're out of grandeur at this point, so we're just at 5.
Oh, I'm glad we're out of grandeur. Excellent. Excellent.
All right, so
this is what Numa is for.
Yep.
Buy some dice.
All right. I will buy. Oh, I'm at 13 Numa, so I will go down to 11, so I'll have 7 dice. So I'm at
Okay.
7. Let's go.
I'm going to say this is relatively
we're at-
easy because you're just going to amplify Sunshine, right?
All right.
4.
1 and 5. All right, 1 and 5. 1 and 2. So we're already in shit territory. 3 and 6. 0 and 5. And 9.
All right,
So that
I
gives
got
me-
no successes.
All right.
2.
Damn, Seth, what's wrong with your dice
I know.
tonight?
I rolled a 1, a 4, and a 3.
Should have put a couple jalapenos in margarita.
That's okay.
Thank you, Seth. Thank you, Seth, for using the dice that I bought you and shipped you under extremely shifty circumstances
Exactly.
from Tajikistan.
I'm using Owlbear Rodeo just for the folks following along at home.
Amazing.
All right. So 3 to 0. That's just a regular success, not messy, not dramatic.
All right.
And so to that end, my deflector dish.
You know what? I have an idea.
magnifies-
I have an idea.
Yeah.
It takes you literally it takes in the sunshine, right, from above, almost like it's collecting the rays, and then shoots that sun directly at Sunshine to do whatever crazy were creature stuff Sunshine can do with pure unadulterated solar energy.
Amazing.
To that end, then I
call
have to be
that
quiet
smart
because
city?
kids are asleep next. Let the sunshine.
Oh, God.
Let the sunshine in. The sunshine in.
Yeah.
That's all
Uh,
definitely not from the 90s.
Yep. Have a
That
grander
is
for that
as
one.
loud as I will get. I've got kids sleeping next door, so that's as loud as I'll get.
All right.
but yeah.
I would like Tim to describe how Sunshine just obliterates half of the zombies while Desiree is just spinning around in a whirlwind at the rest of them. And we'll
Awesome.
have Desiree describe what she's doing in a moment.
Cool. Well, so among my affinities, we already talked about how I'm naturally arboreal, but the other 2 affinities that are really relevant here is 1, I have incredibly strong jaws, and I have an exceptionally long tongue.
Okay.
So,
Makes you popular with ladies.
I mean, so like,
Are you a chameleon?
no,
he's a sun bear.
I'm a sun bear.
I
bear,
understand
sun
that
bear.
share, but like bears. Do bears have long tongues?
So sun bears.
This one does.
Sun bears do.
All right.
We're gonna go to the zoo tomorrow. We're gonna see a sun bear in person and figure this out.
They're
Fuck, okay.
fantastic. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, you'll just have to imagine one with my face, I guess. All right, that's weird. Maybe don't do that. Okay. Anyway,
You're a handsome man, Tim. You're okay.
I mean, that's not the part that I'm concerned about. Anyway, I have incredibly strong jaws and I have an exceptionally long tongue. So like, the tongue is gonna like whip out and like sort of like take some necks and like just like kind of like frog-like pull the zombies into my mouth, wherein then I can just tear their heads off. Never mind, like whatever sort of monstrous bareness that I can just bring to.
Can I add? Can I add?
Please go for it.
You whip your tongue out at the ductwork and you start swinging around with your arms at the zombies as you're flipping from duct to duct with your tongue.
I'm just horrible. So, like, at one point, I was playing Goat Simulator, and I unlocked the Spider Goat feature, which, in fact, is exactly like that, which is totally bonkers. Yeah, no, that's amazing. I love it.
All right.
Have they out of character? Have they upgraded that game? Last time I played, the only thing they had was the sort of satanic goat, the goat tower, and the jetpack.
There was
But it's been a
Spider
while.
Goat the last time I played, then this was not recently, so.
All right.
Such a good game.
Spider Goat.
Desiree.
Spider Goat.
Tell me what you're doing. How are you slicing and dicing the zombies?
So, have you had a charcuterie board recently? You know, when they do that thing, they make the salami slices, and they turn into a rose, and they put it there, and then, you know, kind of just arrange like a pure meat charcuterie board for the high keto folks. Because that's what I'm doing right now.
All right, awesome. I am going to say that, and we'll pick this up in just a second, but it is a long pitched battle, but eventually, you emerge unscathed, and you look around, and in true cinematic fashion, Desiree and Sunshine are standing back to back with blood dripping from their sword and their claws, respectively, and all around them is a circle of just chopped to bits zombies. Ash walks in the door just in time for that suspicious silence that falls over you after battle to end, as the zombies start to meld back together into one huge zombie, and in the center of it is Balon Tusk, controlling it like a big zombie mech suit.
Oh my god.
And to that end, Mr. Harold, I'm gonna say completely cluelessly, because as you know, Ash Dampier Techno Bushido of the New Hampshire Techno Bushidos is kind of a ditz. Hey guys, you seem tired from this fight. Would you perhaps want to regain your strength by eating some of this silverfish? And then I reach into my Utilikilt pockets, and there you go. There's my silverfish, which, as for those of you 2 people who are on the stream who are listening, are fish that have been genetically imbued with actual silver in their DNA, because some vampire mentioned it to me and I thought it was my own idea.
That's the ketamine.
It's the ketamine talking.
Ketamine's
quick
great shit.
question. Do any of these zombies look sluggish?
So some of them have, a good chunk of them have native features.
But are they like slimy green
man.
with the
Are
little
we-
extra tentacles we associate with our wereslug friends?
Do I
'Cause-
recognize Gaston Larask somewhere in there?
Could be. You may have seen them while you're in your frenzy of destruction. And as you look closer, somewhere near the midsection in the upper right pack, you see a face that matches the description of Gaston.
Oh man.
Oh,
Well,
fuck,
that's-
this is definitely our business.
I know where I'm headed.
So, let's figure out how to describe what happens in the final battle against the mecha zombie piloted by Balon Tusk, who obviously was looking for zombies to work on his factory floor because he didn't want to pay anybody anything.
That seems
Union scabs have ruined.
So who's doing what now? It's the big zombie mech is sort of shambling its way, stomp, stomp, stomp towards you.
So, meta question: how does fire work with zombies?
It probably hurts them a lot.
That
Because I've
seems
got
fine.
some blood of fire that I'm just itching to use.
Oh yeah, you do.
All right. So tell us about
and
your
our
blood
friend
of fire.
Ash here has a flame-throwing butane torch. And I'm sure that Sunshine could eat some, cooked charcuterie. We could twist charcuterie into, a KBQ.
All right.
Desiree, are you sure now is the time to have a clove cigarette at full levels? If you say so, I'll do
Always.
it. But all right then, I will go.
Give me that
spark
1.25 milligrams nicotine.
Oh, I most people I don't trust, Desiree, but because you have been around so long and you are so old and so backwards and you use a Windows phone, I will trust you with your archaic ways. And so, click, click.
And the fire just billows out of your mouth and engulfs Desiree, who is in her element, and it's just spiraling around her like a tornado. What is Desiree doing now?
I'm making a zombie barbecue, Canadian style.
All right. Give me a good. How is Sunshine helping this? We got to work it in. We got to figure out how Sunshine can help
He's
this.
gotta be shoveling. A barbecue. Tornado only has a certain path. He's just shoveling
Can I add something?
husking zombies into that path.
You're whirling so fast, you're almost like a drill at this point. And It would be kind of interesting if Sunshine just chucked you at the zombie.
I mean, this seems about the right thing to do, and I will totally go up there, and be like, Desiree, it's time to get up close and personal. And I kind of have in my head that Desiree sort of turns to me and is like, why Sunshine? And I'm like, toss.
All right, this is the big roll, so, the payoff is you win at the end of this roll. So I'm going to say it's a 10.
All
Who's
right,
making it, and how are we assisting, and explain how that's going to work to me.
Cool. So I'm assisting with my affinity of naturally arboreal. So obviously I know how climbing around works, and so getting Desiree up into the tree that is all of these zombies should help.
Okay.
All right, I love it. Ash is helping by keeping Desiree on fire.
Every 3 flow, does that help us at all?
I mean, yeah, flow is continuing the thing. You are spinning around
Fire
almost
flow?
as fast as a drill bit at this point, right?
Can I assist with that? So I've got I've got 2 flow. I don't know.
So the way you assist is basically you buy a die with one of your ambits and you just give it to them.
All right. So my ambit here is helping my family.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So I'll buy a die for that. So
All right.
Desiree, you get an extra die.
All right.
We've definitely got more grandeur too. So we've got another die from grandeur.
Let's
So
use
2 dies.
2 grandeur per die.
You can use 1 grandeur at a time.
Yeah,
so
you
get
can
2
use
die.
1.
Okay. So 1 assist, 1 grandeur, and I have 3 for flow. Is that?
So you've got 2 assists, 1 grandeur. You said you have 3 from flow, and this
Potence,
is probably
I'd say.
potency for. If
Give
you're
me
gonna
a.
just straight
Yeah,
take it
I'll
down.
take whatever people want to argue for.
What's your potency, Desiree?
1.
What's your Purion, Desiree?
1.
Oh, I thought it was 2. Am I looking at the wrong one?
You may be. I only
I
have 1.
know Ash's is 2.
Yeah, I'm 2.
Uh,
So 1
What do you have
plus.
for 3s?
I'll take tenacity. I'll take Aperion. I think I can justify either of those.
I have 2 tenacity.
All right.
What do you have for 3s in your essences?
Cunning. It
And,
looks
so
like.
I have 3 sway, 3 flow, and 3 cunning.
I'm good. Tell me how you are. I'll take flow. I like flow, but what is the essence that goes with it?
I'm fucking mad because someone else has figured out how to industry better than me. Someone who should have been a bear in industry 200 years ago.
Tenacity is probably the one for you.
I have 2 on those.
All right, so tenacity and what did you say?
Tenacity and flow.
Cool. How much is that? 5?
I count 8 dice total with the
All right.
grandeur and the assists. Plus,
Yep.
there's a momentum die from Blood of Lightning.
So 8 total.
And
Yep.
are you using your blade, your sick weapon?
Yeah.
It's called a sick
Awesome.
ride.
Awesome blade.
Yep.
Awesome blade. Thank you.
And you can spend Numa, right?
I would
Absolutely.
like to spend Numa.
You got a lot of Numa. Spend it.
Can I do plus 1 die for Numa? That brings it up to 9.
More than 1, Desiree. This is
Okay,
Tusk.
2
Tusk is a
for
fucking
Numa. That brings
shithead.
me up to 10.
All right.
My hands
Then
aren't that big, guys.
That motherfucker went through college and kept stealing my work because he was from an emerald mine instead of a zirconium mine. Like the
Boy,
two
that's your
materials are
problem.
fundamentally
We're talking
different.
about me right now.
You realize
Alright.
zirconium is much more durable than fucking emerald.
Hold
and no one
on.
uses emerald
Shush.
for anything other than
Shush, motherfucker.
Alright, we got a 1, 9, 6, 4, 1, 9, 1, 9, 3, and 8.
All right, so you got 4 successes. As did I.
All right, so Katanas and Trenchcoats has a reroll mechanic that the players
I have
can
a
use.
suggestion to you. I have a suggestion for this sort of tie. I think it would be great for story purposes if Desiree dies in a gruesome fashion and we don't know when she's going to wake up.
Oh. I mean,
but she
being
actually
immortal,
manages to kill the mecha zombie.
Okay.
So how does Desiree die in saving her friends and all of Greater all of the city, Greater Vancouver from the zombie apocalypse?
I tornado into the chest. Epee goes right up into the throat, stabs out Telon Tusk.
Balon Tusk.
Balon Tusk. And then I drown in zombie mucus.
Like you are
Very
crushed,
inglorious.
crushed under zombie, and you know, both of you expect Desiree's arm to come out, like crawl out. Like, of course that would happen in this universe,
right?
And,
but we're waiting for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And, it just doesn't happen.
You go start to dig for her, and you find that she has either choked to death on zombie ichor or been had her neck snapped when the thing fell on her. Now you know she's immortal. So, what do you do?
All right, I'm gonna extract her from this mess.
I know what I'll do, and that is ketamine.
I mean, actually, for this character, I could see Ash just stand in the corner doing ketamine, like, it'll fix itself.
It'll fix itself. Like ketamine is essentially using pseudo to access root privileges for the universe. And if you aren't doing ketamine, then you are not a super user. That's the end of the story.
All right.
Use ketamine.
I beg on them to remember that in the glove compartment is a letter from me reminding them to, if I ever die, how unlikely that is, treat my body with dignity and grace.
Here's the problem, Desiree. The glove compartment does not have a mechanical switch. It actually works based on a Wi-Fi based, phone based system.
I don't think we have Wi-Fi at this point in time.
Listen. No, Wi-Fi existed in the 90s. Like, get off my lawn. My point is that it just didn't work. It didn't work. We didn't read the note. So we are operating under the assumption that you're gone forever.
No, she's an immortal. You know she's an immortal.
I know she's an immortal.
Dumb.
But on the other hand,
he is extremely high right now.
On the other hand, Mr. Harold, you need to understand this: that I do a lot of ketamine, and Sunshine is a bear, and we can't trust Bear's ability to do logic. So therefore, by my logic, as a super genius who has just single-handedly defeated Balon Tusk. We don't know that. She might be gone forever until the next session you do, which is hopefully monthly. So we don't know. She might be dead. She sacrificed herself for us. So,
all right.
Yeah,
I would like to propose.
Desiree.
I would like to propose something that is the perfect movie ending for this.
Yeah.
As Ash and Sunshine are driving back to the abandoned carnival, from the back seat you hear a as Desiree sits right up and asks, "What the fuck happened?"
Where are my fucking shoes?
that is how the episode ends.
Grandeur. I love
Where
it.
are my fucking shoes?
I love that.
Where are my fucking shoes?
That was great, guys.
Oh, thank you so much, Seth. I
That
appreciate
was
that.
delightful.
Awesome. So we'll do that. Let's do the wrap-up-y thing.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, Sunshine, you go first. We're doing the 6 Rising Energy episode. Well, this was a conclusion episode, right? So it goes with the Rising Energy.
We kind of managed to pull out a kind of a little bit of explosion here.
Yep. Let me turn down the music.
All right.
I feel like there's only one more episode in there. We have not reached conclusion for any of our slug friends.
Well, I mean, as far as you know, in killing Balon Tusk and the zombie, mecha zombie, their souls are probably released to the afterlife.
Mr. Harry,
I've
this
been
is
around for
clearly a
several
sign.
centuries.
This is
I
a
don't
sign from the
trust
darkest
anything.
universe. Yeah, this is a sign from the darkest universe that you need to make this a monthly activity,
We'll
not
have a-
weekly. I
we will have a
understand.
discussion about
Predators
that.
Rejects
We need a
and
third
MTG.
episode.
Yeah,
We will have a discussion.
yeah, we need a third.
Poor
All right.
Shelley is relying on conclusions.
Poor
that we
hot
do
sweet
not
dead
have.
Shelley. Yes. All right, Tim.
Poor hot
Right.
sweet
Dead
Shelley.
hot Shelley.
All right, so the 4 detonation episode questions. Did you get to roll dice or use a splat feature or an edge?
Shit, yeah.
Yep.
Did
That's
you,
for everybody.
we go back up to 5 if we're not at 5, right? Did you get yourself set up or set yourself up for new future strife in some way?
Yes.
Did you entertain the darkest cosmos by suffering some intense complication, whether naturally in the story or due to a very unfortunate roll?
My
I'll say Ash
dominant
definitely
hand
did.
says yes. Yeah.
I died.
Did you celebrate someone else, such as by giving them grandeur?
Yes, I think you
Yes.
all did
All right.
that.
So we can regain a maximum of 3 for this.
There you
Four.
go.
Alright. So that puts me at puts me at 15 Numa. I was at
Nice.
12. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm back up to 10.
I'm back at 15.
Nice.
All right, and I want to do sort of the thing that we did with the beginning, but I want to do what happened on this episode tonight. Right? Let's go around and talk about our favorite pieces of the episode. So, Tim, what? How did we start off tonight? And or you could just go right to what was your favorite thing.
Yeah, so basically we got some info from not Kate Beckinsale, and we went to the club, which was great.
Gander for not Kate Beckinsale.
And then while I was trying to drive Ash's car, I ran over the valet and dragged him with us all the way to the diner. And that was...
And that valet will never, ever, ever show up again in your lives.
Yeah, never, ever show up again.
But he didn't stall out, so...
All right, let's move on. So, Kelly, what did Desiree think about tonight? How did it start for her? What were memorable points for her tonight?
I mean, dying, obviously a very rare event in my life, and that fucking sucked. So, yeah, you two are on notice. Like, what the shit?
Does Desiree consider it their fault that she died?
Absolutely. How are you gonna be my supporting characters and let me die? On the other hand, I got to go full shawarma on a bunch of zombies, so that was cool.
Did you just say
A lot of
full
highs and
shawarma?
lows today,
Full
Seth.
shawarma.
Wow.
Because you slice it down, yeah. As it
I love
rotates.
it. Full shawarma.
Yeah, no, it's great. Wild.
All right. Anything else?
I mean, also, like, I'm getting a bunch of fucking text messages from a vampire moose, so I'm gonna deal with those when I'm not, like, newly undead, so whatever.
Cool. All right, Ash.
As a super genius who wishes nothing more than to save the world and receive the concomitant credit for it, I've achieved 2 great things for this entire episode. The first is I was able to use logic and science to reach the minds of the recently undead, which is something that hitherto have been considered impossible. So for me, that makes me feel great that I was able to convince these poor, sweet, hot undead people to immolate themselves. The second is that my nemesis from undergraduate days, Balon Tusk, who is unlike me, an absolute hack fraud, steals my ideas and the ideas of others and uses them to benefit himself and promote the absolute worst political candidates. Fuck that guy. He's dead now. He's dead because
Is he though? Did we
unlike
confirm
me,
that?
he's dead. He's dead. In my
Okay,
mind,
that
he's
is-
dead, and I'm the one telling the story, and it's heartfelt. So we used our team's combination of intelligence, tenacity, and luck, or
Don't forget
as
ketamine.
Tim would say, paramount.
And ketamine.
No. Ketamine's just for me. Just for me.
Ketamine.
These fucking like plebs don't use it. But I use it. But everyone else was able to use their skills to help bring down this tyrant, I might add, who is just a piece of shit. And bring him down and help these poor, innocent, suffering slug people. And other people, I don't know, maybe he was stealing bodies from, like, I don't know, like werewolves and were-jackals and what lives in Canada, were-beavers, were-moose.
Just out of curiosity, does Ash also consider, like, everybody else to be his supporting characters, and this is all his doing?
Why are you? That's a tautology. Why are you asking that question? So the point is this: that all these people who did wrong for mankind and my glory are ruined, immolated, neutralized, and my wonderful supporting team of Sunshine, the Snuggly Bear, and Desiree. I don't know what you are, old bitch. Y'all helped.
Dang.
And frankly,
Yeah.
and to Desiree's point, you made it worth me maintaining your stupid Windows phone. So that's my takeaway from this
All right,
story.
I have one last question. Why does Sunshine hang around with Desiree and Ash?
He's poor like the rest of us.
The answer
like
is very
the
simple.
glimmer of something nice underneath.
Bears are the most. But actually, take a look at this. This is real. You can look this up. Bears are the most intelligent carnivores, like terrestrial carnivores, right? Like whales, fuck them, right? Whatever. But like of all the terrestrial carnivores, bears are the smartest. You got lions, you got tigers, whatever.
Right.
Because as the smartest carnivore, they understand something that, like, a lion would not get this, a tiger would not get this, a jaguar would not get this. A bear can play nice and get ketamine.
I think he's just after our excessive warehouse space, which is a great place for homeless youth to congregate and get back on their feet.
And
I think that's actually probably the most accurate. Like, I've probably got a bunch of people, at-risk were youth, like, actually housed in, like, places where, like, nobody bothers looking. Like,
right, like,
hey.
so, like, if Ash or Desiree started wandering around the amusement park, because they generally don't, right? Like, if they started wandering around, they'd find, like, there's 10 over here in this building, there's 20 over there in that building.
Yeah,
and
you've got, like, whole, like, dens of werefenix around.
I assume they're carnies that were left over.
Perfect. I love it.
Bears like ketamine too. Bears love ketamine.
Oh my god!
If you can't give a bear ketamine, what do
ketamine.
you do with your life? Yeah, it's great. It's great.
Give it to me. I won't
Ketamine
ingest
via
it, but...
social media platform, which of course this is the 1990s, so of course it's MySpace.
Hey,
Friendster.
Yeah, I'm on Friendster.
Oh god, no.
Where live journal.
What was it?
Where journal.
What was the page one?
Undead journal.
Oh god. I know what you're talking about. Orkut? Is that what?
No, there was
No,
one. It was like
that's
something
more
page.
modern, actually.
Yeah.
All right.
It's big in Brazil.
All right.
Geocities, perhaps.
In wrapping up, motherfuckers. GeoCities.
Heard
Yeah. All
these
right.
cats, Seth?
Sorry, under construction.
Dancing hamsters. It's all dancing hamsters. Oh god. All right. So I hope you guys had a good time. I did. I had no idea what this game was about. I read. You can't really know a game until you fucking play it. Like, I read the whole rule book. I'm like, okay, I think I understand how this works, but I only kinda, right? Because I've never actually played a game before where all of you guys tell me the story for the most part, right? And I think that was a shit ton of fun. So
This was so different than my attempts at DMing this, like, 8 years ago.
yeah,
Well, had only been playing role-playing games for like a year. I was playing with 20-year veterans, and I literally built a train track into our story to get them on rails, and it did not work.
right.
So this has been way more enjoyable than that.
That was version 1. Version 3, and this is a compliment to Tim, and I know I'm blowing smoke up your ass, but I mean it. Significant improvement from a mechanics perspective. Significant. This really felt truly balanced. And yeah, you can be silly. I'm silly. I'm playing a silly guy. But it really felt good. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Awesome.
It's been fun. It's been real fun.
Copies at GalileoGames.com.
Yay. Say it again. All right. Say it again so everybody can hear you.
Absolutely. It's Galileo, like the astronomer. Games. GalileoGames.com.
Yep. Go buy your own copy. It is a lot of fun.
GalileoGames.com.
Galileo
Yeah,
Games.
let's hope there's a V4 that comes out, because it is truly like.
No, don't put that on him. Don't put that work on him.
No, whatever. Make a small improvement. But in all seriousness, because like, look, I'm a Palladium guy, right? Kevin Simbita, I'm gonna shit on him. Kevin Simbita likes to make the tiniest tweaks and make it a new version and make more money of it. Fine, whatever. Bless that guy. He lives in like Detroit. Good for him. My point is this: it's a good game. It has a lot of humor and action potential, and frankly, the ability to be both silly and actually have a real game, not just I'm being an asshole for the camera. That is something that is very, very rare. The only other game system I've seen that work with is Steve Jackson games with Toon, which, by the way, Seth, if you ever want to play a Toon game, I'm down for that. But every other game, it's either all silly and no mechanics, or good mechanics and it's a straight game. This is the only game that allows the ability for people to be over the top. And as a guy who did a lot of improv earlier in his life, it's right up in that alley of the ability to be like a heightened self, while at the same time playing a game that's balanced, that actually works. So Tim, I'm blowing huge amounts of smoke up your ass. Fine, so be it. This is an amazing game. And
awesome.
Anyone, all two of you who are watching this on the stream, play this game. It's a good game. It allows you to be your best self.
Everyone thinks I am.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, it's nice to play a character like that every now and again, right? And I want to share one.
Was that full quote? Katanas Trenchcoats allows me to be the asshole people think that I am.
Allows you to be the asshole that people think that I am. Yeah. Yep.
It is a great game.
I'm going to add one last thing, and this is with regard to Kelly's comment about the whole Rails thing. You want to know what my plot? You know what my notes for tonight were?
Yes.
Megacorp, Mecha Zombie. Those are my notes for tonight.
Well, you have more experience than I ever have.
Yeah, and
you're also like twice my age.
The ability for players to determine. The ability for players to determine.
I'm getting in the shower. I'm putting on all my fucking like face creams and my like micro fucking
dermabrasion
line,
shit,
whatever. And we're talking about how damn Kelly's style looks so good for her age. And Mike's like, she's over 50, right? And I was like, shut your fucking mouth. She was like 40 when I met her. He's like, that was 10 years ago. And that black
we
eye
don't have children
right now is because he had the audacity to mention you guys are in your like 50s now.
Aw. Well, we don't have children. That's why we look like we do in
50s. No children is a great thing. But I will say this: the ability to be silly and great and still keep on the story is something that's very rare. You can do it in D&D, you can do it in Palladium.
But it generally derails the game. It generally derails the game when you're trying to be silly.
In this game, it makes it go. So again, for Tim, specifically, and for Seth as the herald here. This is absolutely the perfect use case in our minds for how this game plays. It It is perfect for people who have a personality, but a personality they like to play. It is perfect for people who can be silly and serious at the same time. This is truly, and again, I get nothing to gain from you. This is the best game to play if you are a complex person with complex motives and complex personality impulses. So for anyone who's watching, and I'm gonna share this stream for everyone, whether or not they like it. If you are a person who does not play on rails, this is actually the game you really want to play. And I understand I'm wearing a velvet smoking jacket and whatever the fuck this is. This is the true game you want to play.
And
so
I will
that's
download this and send it to Tim so we can chop it up for sound bites to put on the website.
God bless you. You made a great game,
Dear
Tim. Thank
sweet
you.
hot sexy Shelley does not play as well when Shelley Duvall died like 3 days later.
Oh yeah, I know. All right. On that note, folks, everybody wave goodbye. Thanks to everybody for playing, and so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, adieu.